I'm not a shaman. I'm just like you. I'm breathing. What is the greatest desire of someone, a human? Now, what can we say with the words that I speak? How can you understand what I am going to say? Or how will you swallow within your mind the words I speak? So I'm going to get right down to what I wrote in my biography, and I get really deep into this, and the more people that are here, the more people that want to learn, that want to pick up on this, to learn there's something so deep inside of this, and it says that somebody created the computer in order to create the English language, the French language, in order to coincide that the Hebrew language and letters, that the values of 1 through 9, that it should be like this, or it should be on a round dial tone, see you later, alligator, for those who understand how machinery works. Tick, 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 tick. You're like climbing, and every time it climbs, it goes up and it goes down. The click, you know it's another number, because it just clicked into place. We remember who we are. Forget about God for now. Remember who you are. Come from within. What would you do? What would somebody want of you? They want the best that you can be. In Aries, the ram, they want you to go down into the sewers. The zodiac signs, every single name chosen by a human being. Yes, again, who are we? Who are we? You all know that you woke up this morning and you opened your eyes and you made a choice when you said yes or no, and you even made the choice not to say anything in the moment until you speak and you create an action. And every moment is an action. Even though you're not moving, that is your action. I don't want to convince anybody other than we are going to go back to the very beginning of life. When you were 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't believe you remember when your mother taught you your first word, or your first letter in the alphabet was A, and you said, oh boy, look, it's A. But did you think at the same time? Now, if I go back far enough, at what point was Morse code implemented into decodicating what is a word today? Did you know that when you write an A, right, when I was young, I like to use this paper over here. So when I write my A, B, C, like my A, B, C, D, like what is A, B, C, D? So I'm going to do you A, B, C, D. But if you got any questions, don't hesitate, right? This is like a compass. Each one of these numbers tells a different story. Whether you want to see this as 1 or 91 or 28 or 37 or 55, whether you want to see me advance 1 until I come back to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. The 8s will descend. The 8 and 1 descends by 1. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72. Hold on, did I get that right? Yes, 74, 72, and then 80. So what happens is 8 descends by 1. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. doubled up 8. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. It went from 8 to 7. Number 1, when you added 1, it went to 2. It went up 1. It went down 1. So we're going to go now at 7, and 7 equals to 14, and 2 and 2 equals to 4. And what happened in our next scenario? Right, and what happened in our next scenario? Let me turn this camera around here. In the next scenario, right, 7 went down to 5, 2 went up to 4. The beginning of your base creation is your 1 and your 2. Your flip side of, or the void within the area, is 8 and 7. I'm not talking about the flip side cube, right, where 1 and 2, where 11 equals to 1 and 2 creation, where 5 and 2, 7, and 1 and 6, 7, when you crisscross them, right, the 5 becomes a 6, and the 6 becomes an 8. 6 and 8, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 6 and 8. Divided at the 7th gate between the 3 moons, Deimos, Luna, and Phobos. Did you know that sun and sun, S-U-N-S-O-N, read it backwards? It's ass for nus, and our ass. That's what it says. Ass in French is ace. Ace is a letter in ABCs that splits everything up. Ace splits everything up. It also has the point to the delta angle, the roof. I want to check something in the kitchen. If you can help out the channel, that'd be great. I don't like to ever really put that in my videos, but that's what I'm doing. You know, buy me a coffee, PayPal me, whatever you can do. But the best thing that anybody can do is ask me questions, try to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, you had me, you lost me. Okay, Sunny Slayer, we're going to do this, okay? Usually if I see somebody and I can catch you, I don't want to lose anybody. We'll do this one at a time and teach each other. Okay, can we start this over where I was, right? Because I'm going too fast, but I know what I'm sharing. I've gone over it many times, and I come up with the same answer, and all the answers are logical, rational, and mathematically correct. At the same time, we can draw designs and see what comes from this connection. For instance, I'm just going to show you one thing about the ace, and then I'm going to come back. Here's your A letter, to the left and to the right. The minute you show it like this, it's showing distance. You can see the way it's lifting up this way and then going all the way out. See the way it goes up here and then goes all the way out. This one goes up here and goes all the way out, like 2 different paths. But we draw the A letter this way. You can also see that there's fish. The fish is shaped the same way as the A letter, but this is one side of the fish, this is 2 sides of the fish. But because it's an angel fish, it becomes this one over here. On the 91st day of the year, the angel fish, right? Journée de Poisson, Pisces day, April 1st, the 91st day of the year. 13 times 7 equals to 91. The word spirit equals to 91. Okay, the divided sun to the 9 birth that lives amongst the divided sun in between the heavens, H, and over here is where your I lives on the cross. Okay, between the joining arms, the accent aigu and the accent grave. It's between the divided house of 2 and 4. It runs on this angle or this angle. Take a look at the queen. All the queen's hats are on an angle. The jack and the king, they're all hexagons. Remember, I'm a child of the creator, right? When you start the format area in skeletons, right? Dots and dashes are skeleton heads and bones, right? Skeleton is the line before we give form. The first, when we first begin, before any form comes out into the English language, okay? The last destined language became the English language. I want to know what the most popular language, and popular to the fact that business-like. Remember, there's amateur and there's professional, right? When you're going up this way, 1, 5, 9, 2 and 6, 4 and 8, right? And I can go to the next one. This will be 261. And this one will be 2594. And this one will be 483. And everything I'm going to tell you is going to be divided by 3. Because that's the way this whole thing works. 4 is onto the other side, and one of the reasons pi is 3.1415, it's an augur system. The center of the cube, or the NASA sign, is 3.5. I can show it to you here. 3 and 4 are opposites. 5 and 2 are opposites. 6 and 1 are opposites. To get to the heart, there's a mathematical simple equation. We're just looking for stuff. We're all Clouseau. We're on a hunt. We're just on a hunt. What did you find today? Look what I found today. Look what I found today. 18 areas wrap around here. I'm only missing 12. And 6 equals to the 18. And 8 go into the corner. 12 and 6. 1 and 2 is 3. That's your base creation. The 18 that go around the center, we have 12 doubles. 24 and 6. We have a total of 30. And we have 24 to the corners. 8 corners, 3 colors. Remember, it's Rubik's Cube when you look at this. So I already know what's in the center, what's in the 2, 4, 6, 8 area. What's in the 2, 4, 6, 8 area is going to be times 2. What's a 7, 9, 3, and 1 is going to be times 3. What is in the center here, 5, is going to be times 1. And it's Rubik's Cube logic, because this is what happens on Rubik's Cube. I'm going to get back. Okay, now, it's okay. I'm going to go really slow for everybody. I'm slowing down, and I'm giving everybody the floor. Okay, you want the floor? I'll give you the floor. But I'm choppy. I'm very, very choppy. If someone can come in here and take notes, I can put it all in order, how all these numbers fit together. It's just so powerful. I mean, 74 is for energy. 74, okay, is the cross. 74 comes from, or 47, comes from 57. 57 is male and female. It's the 12 and the 13th. It's just like what is A and B. To begin, you have A and B. And then to end, okay, you have L and M. That's the first 13 letters of the alphabet. 6, 1, 6. It's almost like 2 teams came together to get 1 extra point for that 13. It just so happens that when you get one, I think it's 156. What is that? 156 divided by 3. Yeah, 52. 52. 156 divided by 3. So I have 26, 26 times 6. 26 times 6, 156. Does anybody know what that is? Divided by 13 equals to 12. When a woman runs to the moon cycle, she reaches 12. 1 and 2 equals to 3. That is the base of creation when 1 goes between 2. When the Earth Luna goes inside the 2 moons, okay, the 2 moons of Mars, which are in operation through Mercury and Venus. Mercury will get the 2 moons running with the moons of Mars. It'll be 1 Mercury and 2 moons of Mars, 3. It'll be 4 Mars with 1 moon of Earth, 5. And we'll get 2 Venus with the 3 Earth equaling to 5. And 5, okay, the 5 and the 3 is electric company. It represents both 11 and 12. Okay, now 11 and 12 that it represents is the 12 is going to be that gateway, okay? The gateway between 5 and 7, which is the male and the female. Let me explain it. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3 and 2 equals to 5. If that 1 and 2 together was a 12, okay, if it was a 12, then it would now equal to a 5. The bat mitzvah for the Hebrew women, they have a bat mitzvah, they now connect to the moon at 156. The thing is, Rubik's Cube has 156 sides to Rubik's Cube, okay? It's 156 times 9 equals to 41. We're touching Venus, or we could be touching hi-ho. Maybe hi-ho, off to work we go. I don't know, but this is what it tells me. I mean, it's easy to see HOH1 or 81, which is also Venus, or the one spirit in the eighth heaven, which is relevant when you look at this. One area center, 8 that's around. Now, one area center to everything that's around. Are there 8? You tell me. Here's the outside, and that's 8. Just because you don't see it, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There's 9 sides for every one of these sides that are located on this cube. This cube over here is 54 times 27 dot area space, equaling to 1458. There are 1458 dots on this, 4 and 5 living between 1 and 8. Do you see that 1 to 4 is 3, 5 to 8 is 3, 8 over to 4 is 4, 1 over to 5 is 4. They interlock through 4 and 5. This is our sun birth. 18 times 3 is 54. 9 times 5 is 45. We live in the E world where everything is E-I-E-I-O. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 equals to 45 divided by 9 equals to 5. Every single one of these areas will average out to 5. Pending what equation you want to create, all these numbers are going to change. If you were looking at Saturn square, right over here, you would put the number 4. Over here, you would put 9. Over here, you would put the 3. The 3. Over here, you'd put the 7. If you put the 4 here, you must put the 6 here. If you put the 9 here, you have to put the 1 here. This has nothing to do with me. Go check out Saturn square. Everything I do, and Saturn square has other equations other than the equation itself. All numbers can shift. Okay, so let me see what it is. You don't need to be good at arithmetic at all. Okay, I'll guide everyone through this. Okay, I'm not really sure where I was now. So the bar mitzvah, okay, is at the age of 13. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and 4, okay? 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 equals to 7 and 12. Equals to 19 and 0.5. Now I have an equation that goes along with it, but I keep writing them out. I have to look for them while I talk to you, and I just want to, make this get on a roll. You know what I'm saying? Earlier on, I was talking about dynamics of what number 9 is, right? Now I want to add on, like I said before, the 1 and the 2 is what picks up the numbers 7 and 8. This comes together in creation. It becomes 3 and 6, our creation. Right here, the 360 degrees. When you multiply it and add it, I get 18 and 9. To a single digit, I get 9 and 9. No other number does this. In fact, it's 99 that will create 18 and 81 within its own. So we can see that with 1 and 8, what is 2 and 7 on the inside? So everything plays from in the inside of what 1 and 8 is. Now, is it 1 here and 8 here, and then 2 and 7 are on the inside, right? The forming of the house, and then you get 3 and 6, and then in the center, you get 4 and 5. Yeah, you're the sun. Within you is the sun. Not only that when you pick up this and you take a look of the location of the sun, we are the children our true spirit father, the air we breathe, in the same conscience, in the same house we are. I am, or I'm, is 999. entering into the house of Bait. Okay, it is a star system. It is the octagon system. It is stop and it is go. Okay, and there's corrections all the way along the way. And during the time and the periods that we are here, okay, I'm not sure which way to say this. We learn, right? What we learn are stories. Okay, I don't want to say stories that are manipulated, but we've living on believing someone else all the time. And over time, we just keep signing. And they give us more opportunities, but we keep signing it away. And now you're like in this funnel going all the way down and saying, if I don't do it, I'll end up starving and no one's going to help me. Mars is a money world according to the keyboard. The keyboard on number 4, the 4th planet, is a $sign. It rotates, with Saturn in the Saturn star system. Earth rotates within the Uranus star system. Neptune rotates, within the Venus star system. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is not like 2, 4, 6, and 8. They give form to each other. There's when you look at a 2, you're going to get this. If you look at a 2, if you look at a 4, if you look at a 6, you look at an 8, you get this. If you look at a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, so I just made this bigger. I could have made this smaller, right? But if I wanted to make the same conform, I can make the same conform as this one. Right. What this is here, right, is there's 4, I did this as 4 areas. I shouldn't have done it this way. I'm not sure what, I'm just going to do this. Over here is our 9 numbers, right? Over here is the 9 numbers. It's a 3 by 3 area over here. When I do this, only look at the center, right? See the center is 4 areas. See the center only has 1. When I go around it 2 by 2, I end up creating this area around it here and the other area over here. So the total space in this, right? And I can go one winged, right? Hold on a second. I want to show you something, okay? So let me see. So over here, right, once we have this, I cannot draw a fine line down the center. The only way to draw a line down the center here is to create a zigzag, a zipper. So, you're talking alligator, see you later alligator. Well, you can only go through the cross zipper-like, right? Or in a sine wave, right? And the upper and the lower area of this area, right, is below and it is above. It's the center area. This would be the hockey game, right? This would be in quarters. This would be the hockey game. Here it has a fine line to divide. Let me see if I can do this. See, in one of them, I'm going to have a crisscrossing like this. The other one, I'm going to have a straight across like this. This is the Mars 22. This is the Earth 33. Right? This is your birth. This comes to your life Our vibration is between 2, 3, and 4. Okay? What gets transferred onto the next world is 2, 3, and 4 vibration. The 1, okay, takes up inside the 5 and inside the 9. It is encompassed by 1 and 1. Therefore, it might be the hat in which connects the E-world to your birth. And when you play that, okay, you play that from the 7th position. Your 9 birth picks up a moon. 6 and the 1. And you end up with 7. You play from the 7th position. Now you pick up 2 more moons intercepting your moon. And those are the Mars moons. Okay, so your 6 now becomes 8. You are 6 and 1, 7, and 6 and 2, 8. I'm just trying to remember something. When you look at the deck of cards, you'll see the same thing. Here's the 8, right? Here's the 7, and inside of them, the 6 is right there. See, this is a backbone. It gets placed inside the 6 and the 1 and the 6 and the 2, and then they play this way between Neptune and Uranus. So what happens to Saturn? What happens to Saturn? How do the moons transfer themselves between Venus, well, it's a quarter house system. I don't know how it works, but I do know that the French say when you say 80, you have to say 4 times 20. I already know that the mathematics of 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 equals to 8 and 6. I already know that when 8 and 6 is 14, and when you spin this dice, it's always going to be 14 total 2 dots, okay? 14 total 2 dots, which means it's 22 to the voided space. The 22nd letter is life in the E world, in the sunny world. It's in the sunny world. The Y creates what is 3 times 120 degrees. It's the 25th letter. The 25th letter reverse is the B. So I'm going to draw it like you, but it looks like a 13, yes, because we live in the B world, okay, through the cycles of the Mars moons. Venus and Luna, Earth and Venus, Mars and Mercury, and Mars and Luna, or Mars and Mercury, Mars and Luna, right? And then Earth and Venus, and then Earth with the moons of Mars. We're going to create 5 and 3, all the combinations that we have to work out. Mercury is 1, it must go with the 2 moons of Mars. Venus is 2, it must go with the 1 moon of Earth. Mars is 4, it must go with the 1 moon of Earth. Earth is 3, it can go with the planet 3, Venus. That's in control of the lunar moon. Do you see how this works out? Do you understand it? I'm going to explain it to you, right? There's 23 messages I didn't see. Oh, I'm on to something is for sure. I am definitely not thinking whether I'm on to something. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm just working for the unscrambling right now. So now I'm a little upset that I took my head off what I was thinking, what I was doing. I have to figure out where I was. I don't like getting off my story. Maybe I'll play back my video and see where I was. You know, I like to drum myself up to talking, you know, get a little bit of hype out of it. Maybe I shouldn't do it. But at the same time, and I really don't have to think of what I'm going to say next. I just already know what it is, right? So we were talking about this. This is 33. It's a 3 cubed. It's Rubik's Cube, right? The other one is Mars. You see, it looks like this, right? This is also going to be the movement, okay, of the hexagon. The movement of the hexagon, although when you remove the corners, it is the octagon. But by adding in the corners, it becomes the square. Those corners, somehow, I see it as being Mars cubed 22, right? There was just an election, and in the election, it was 88-022, vote in, call in, right, for one of the presidents. In the other one, it was 33.030. Your rotation up and down in the pig house, right? Going up and down, vertical and horizontal. If God was going up and down, was he going this way? Was it going this way? Up and down this way is 333. Our base creation is 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. Stays in the same house. 3 times 4, 12. 1 and 2, 3. 3 by 5, 15. 1 and 5, 6. 3 by 7, 21. 2 and 1 is 3. This whole entire row goes over here. 3 by 8, 24. 2 and 4, 6. This entire row goes over here. And then when you multiply this row, everything goes into here. After everything you do going into here and here, everything plays out of the roll here. Number 9. But the 9 plays from what position? Does it play from the 5th position? It plays in the E world. The 2 moons and the 1 moon connecting together. I'm just trying to remember how, if it's the 3 moons and 2 moons, and then we get to play the 2 or 20, T minus counting for 20. Every time you go through the star system, 7 and 3, 10 over 5, 8 and 2, 10 over 5, 9 and 1, 10 over 5, 6 and 4, 10 over 5, that's 20. That's 4 times 5 is 20. 4 and 5 is Fox 45, 666, made up of 3 times 2, 6. 3 by 5, 15. The letter O, 1 and 5 is 6. 3 by 8, 24. 2 and 4 is 6. It says Fox. The ox is the second zodiac sign. It just so happens in Western astrology, in both Western astrology and Chinese astrology, they're both picking somewhat more or less a beef cow to take up an ox or part of the beef. So you can see they're sticking to the same story. The cube, okay, there's 21 dots in the cube. Blackjack is 21. The payout in blackjack is 1.5 times the wager. The numeric value of the quarter house of Earth, quarter equaling to 25, Earth equaling to 25, heart equaling to 25, Jack, the J letter, in which Jack is created in the 10th house. On creating the house, the reflection is all within Jack, 10, 25. Which is 5 times 5 and 5 plus 5 equals 25 and 10 equals to 35 and 15. It's the vibrational house. It's also 15 is noted, okay, to be the vibration, right? Inside of 1 and 5 is 432. That's 432 hertz. Apparently, I think it's the earth healing vibration, and it what creates the rotation, okay, between the light and the birth and the sun. Right, and the love, and it's the channel, and it's the river. I'm going to explain this to you. Let me see if I can jump over here. So what you have is you have 432. When you add it, it equals to 9. When you multiply 4 times 3 times 2, it equals to a total of 24. 24 plus 9 equals to 33. Don't do anything else. It all ends. There are no other numbers that need to be noted other than what we just did. After the death, before the Christ, A, B, C, D equals to 10. The star system, okay, is AD equaling to 5 and BC equaling to 5. 5 and 5, 2 different worlds. Now what we have is when we do this, okay, is we're going to get A, B, C from this, equaling to the 6 coming of the day of light. We now got the touchdown. The game that gives 6, the touchdown. We can get an extra point, but they call it the extra point try. You think of that? The extra point try. Isn't that incredible? Trifecta is the continuation, right? They get only 1 point, but it's still a try. So I'm thinking when they go for the field goal, and it's the field goal try, right? Will that also be 3 times that value? The same thing, they're going to try for the touchdown. So when you get the 6 points, you're actually getting 3 times what the 6-point value is. And when you get the extra point, it's actually 3 times the point value. And when you kick the field goal, right, which is a 3-point play, it's 3 times the 3 points. 18, 3, and 9 equals to 30. 18 and 21. The try, everything, being the child. Hi, Tammy, how you doing? So being the child, I'm just a child, and this is what I'm hearing. So anyways, we're now with what is, I'm going to do the ABC, and then I'm going to do what is the B, C, D, the A, C, D, the A, B, D equals to 8 equals to 7. No, this one equals to 8, and this one equals to 9. Okay, if you have anything to ask me, the best numerologist on earth. Where's that, Mr. Emlo? You want to come in and ask me anything you want? If you're talking about me, I'll tell you one thing. Whatever it is, all I did is went out there and listened to my instincts. I was taught. Somehow I was taught. I'm a truck driver. I drive the 18-wheeler, the one with 10 in the front and 8 in the back. We already know that the 18-wheeler truck, why were they in Ottawa? Why O? Why the O for Ottawa? Why? And did you notice at the top of the O and the bottom of the O, it's sort of like very, very thin, right? The only time that really happens is when you turn something on an angle, but it wasn't on an angle, the O in Ottawa. It's at the top and the bottom, meaning it's being turned this way or this way. It's something that came together. Almost like the bull horns. Instead of the bull sitting this way, the bull now turned this way, and they locked their horns at the O. Bringing this side and this side together, bringing 2 ribs together, right? You can close off an area of space in order for Eve to come in and create her stuff. I don't know if it's the electricity or what in the cat. I don't know what she's giving off, but when you're connecting or passing on a rib, right? Something to do with matter and energy. You can also look on the keyboard. There's a 9 and a 0, right? And they got 2 ribs, right? Is 0 an odd number or an even number? What is 0? I know 0, according to numbers, right? I like to look at 0 being an occupation of these 6, or these 6, or these 6, or these 6. I know when you occupy 6 numbers, right? I know when it occupies 6 numbers, it automatically, there's an automatic payout, right? And it's 11 to 1. Because what I do is I relate all my numbers, right, to everything they've said about these dice, or what they said about the 360 degrees. There's a whole story about the 360 degrees. It's on the roulette table. It's sitting right there in front of us. I don't know the whole story. I know how it's all set up. I can see all the opposite numbers and all the combinations, all done on purpose. When was this done? Who was this mathematician that put this whole thing together? Was it random? Well, it wasn't that hard putting 1 on this side, 2 on this side, 3 on this side, 4 on this side, something like that. And then it interchanges. I don't want to get into that because I don't remember it all by heart, right? I'm going to take a sip of the coffee, run back in the kitchen, check on the water that was once hot 20 minutes ago. But, you know, let's not talk about time. I'll never know if the coffee, you know what, if time stopped, right, and I got the coffee hot or the water hot, that means if time stopped, does that mean the water will stay hot? Because if time doesn't exist and you just heated up water, which took a distance between now and then, And the distance between now and then is called time. So if I wait 20 minutes, or if I don't wait at all, but something to measure between now and then when I should go back. So for all those who say time that does not exist, okay, when you create something within the realm of the game, time exists. Now, if you want to talk where time doesn't exist, okay, in a way, we're going to talk about baseball, where they play with outs and balls, where 16 balls gets an RBI. And when the RBI happens, the person crossing the plate becomes a run scored. So one person that walks to first has somebody walking from third over to the plate. He or she becomes the run scored, while the other one gets an RBI, run batted in. 18, 2, and 9. 2 times 9 equals to 18, and you had a resident angel crossing the plate. You ever notice the letter R, what it looks like? Or maybe I'm just going to write 70. Right? Here is what 7D looks like. 7D. Isn't that what I said I would do? You know, 7 times 4 equals to 28. This is the letter R. It looks like a V and a D together. 44. So I didn't finish off with this piece I was talking about before. Well, just like I always am, all over the place. So, and it doesn't get to be fun after a while, you know. Just give me a minute. So the angel, the fish, the angel's 39. The fish is 42. That equals to 39 is angel, 42 divides the gate. The sky, the heavens can go over the mountains and over the waters for the bird. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 create 8 and 6. That's the dividing 7th gate. For those who want to see what it looks like on a cube. Yeah, I have to somehow hold my reins. I get a little excited, you know. I get a little excited. I'm jumping all over the place. You know, I was just told we're in the Iron Age, right? Iron Age, right? So Ron, if I remember correctly, is 47 plus 9, or 9/11. 9/11, age of 9/11. 47 is beast. 56 is the wolf. 5 and 6 is our basis creation of 1 and 2. You can see that if you take these dice, right over here, here's the 11, right? And here's the 3. So your father to mother creation, the 3 moons of creation, brings you into this over here. This will actually be 7 and 5, these 2. This one over here will be part of the female 12. Okay, it is a gateway. There's a passage. I'm going to explain that to you in a minute. And over here, it's going to be the male when it becomes 7. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and 4 equals to 7. 7 and 5. This one over here comes from a number 2 and 1 coming together. This one, okay, is created by a 4 and a 3 coming together. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D, 10. The star system at 10. Crisscrossing, 7 and 3. 9 and 1, 4 and 6, 8 and 2. They're all 10s. That's your 40. But we never create all 4 stars at the same time. We will create 3 at the same time. Yes, we can do 2, but I work with 3. If I did every single combination, once I see that 4 works and 3 works, I know that 2 is going to work. It's just a simple math equation. So once we do this, we're going to be crisscrossing, okay, and creating these stars over here. We're going to cross through the center one every time we create a 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 30, 60, 90, 120. We do that 3 times, we get 360 degrees. We do this one, 4 of these, and you have 120. And then what happens, okay, in the main one, hold on a second. What happens, let me see if I'm doing this right, is once you get all of these done, running on this clock, whatever it has to be with, right, you have one of these that create these 4, right? One of these is going to be at the heart here. When you're running 4, you're running the Mars. Hold on a second, let me see if I have a singular area. I rather use a singular block not to confuse anybody. See, with the Mars item, you can cut everything directly in the center. With the Earth item like this, you cannot. This becomes 120 because the center period is shared. It's 1 slab, 2 slabs, 3 slabs, 360. This one over here, okay, can run at 90. It becomes 4 times 90. This one becomes 3 times 120. It's the hockey game. It's the puck. It's blue. It's on ice. It's a boy. It's a baby blue. It's a boy. The same way you become the baby blue with the white, right, into the navy blue, that where you get the white into the red, you get the pink for the female or the woman or the girl. And it's one of the rare colors along with gray that when you mix white, you get a new name. Pink and gray. They're different. They're different. Okay? They're different. It's red and black. That's the way I'm going to put it out, plain and simple from a child's point of view. You get a completely different color when you put white. White and blue. And how you get from cold to hot to possibly warm. To where the red is 43, ironic, to where the hot is 43 and the cold is 34. I know the red goes with the stop sign. I know it goes with the octagon 8. I know it goes with the earth stop. Arrête. In French, it's arrête. The Hebrew, you know what they say, I think, about the land? They say the land is Aretz. Right? The land is Aretz. Isn't that funny? That stop is arrête. And that's the house we're in. And then the Jewish people, I don't know how to say it because I'm one of them. So they say it's the house of Aretz, and it sounds like under arrest. But yes. So where were we with this? Yeah. So we did the color little thing, right? I explained to you. I wanted to show you that where is 9/11? The letter S, how it joins different worlds together, and it's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 is here. 6, 7, 8, 9 is here. 30 and 10. The upper wing gets 10. The lower wing gets 30. You connect it with the 5 area. So 10 and 5, 15. 30 and 5, 35. When we spoke about 35, I also mentioned brother. The 3 letters of B-R-O in brother. Okay, and brother is going to be a reflection of square. It's going to be the divided sun, the heavens of the divided sun. Just give me a second. Yes, because brother has, although brother has 3 letters that are different between father and mother. it's over here. Brother is number 35, BRO. The heart of the cube is this. The turn of the moon for the cycle, even though it's 29.5 days and it's the IT system, it's the e-world IT system. 29 to 29 happens only every 4 years. It is the beginning of the long cycle. There's going to be in the 3-year period, in the 4-year period, there's going to be 52 moons. Right? Did I get that right? 13 times 4 equals, there's going to be 52 moons. The thing is, right, in that cycle, you're going to have 360 degrees every single year. When you complete the 4th year, you're going to have 360 degrees, plus you're going to have a total of 21 days. Did I get this right? And this is what happens. You have 1,461 days in this period of time with the leap year. Right? Now, we only need to run what is 1,440. We're only supposed to run 1,440 minutes in a day. Okay? 1 through 1440 is 1441, and I forget what exchange that is, but there's 21 difference. And there's 21 difference on here, on this cube. We need 4 cubes. I need 4 of these cubes at 21 dots to equal to 84. Okay, I'm going to explain this to you. I need 4 times 21 to equal to 84, where I need 3 times 28 to equal to 84. The creation of the moon cycle between the cube. Okay, here's the regular base cycle to create this. But we need 4 cubes of the 21 dots to create the same number. We're working with 3 and 4, remember. We're 0.5 away separation. There's 2 kinds of separation. One where it's by 0.5 or one where it's perfect. Where the alphabet splits evenly, there's going to be a 0.5. Where the alphabet splits oddly, it's going to work out evenly. I'm going to show you what that is if I remember. Okay? Just give me a second. I wanted to show you something else. I hope I didn't change the page. The 1.25, yes, when I spoke about the brother, right? When I spoke about the brother, okay? So I need 4 times 7 to equal to 28. I need 4 times 7 and a quarter. Okay, this I don't know if I can work this out. Then what I need is I need 1.25 times 28 to equal to 3.5, that the 28 days of the moon, okay, and now 20.9.5, the heart of this is at 353535, 10.5 total. Each one comes in at 3.5, 105 total if you want to total each one. It says J-E, je, like an I am. So the father becomes the pole. The father becomes the pole 7. The mother, for the 4 sides that are turning around here, right? The 4 sides that come around here, that's the 28 for the mother, where it runs through the 7 that goes down here. Look, here and here, right? These 2 of them. In fact, I'm going to show you something else. It seems like I'm running with 3 cubes. I think that's what it is. I have to run with all 3 cubes in order to work this out. It's 14, it's 21 per cube, so I need to get it, I need this total. I need 70, or I need 63, so I need 3 cubes. The father plays the role on the pole. The THER is number 5 and 1. 51 for Mars, 51 for Puck. Your 432, 4 times 3 times 2 is 24 for the divided gate for your 9 birth to come into rotation of the sun. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is 6 and 9. That's your yin-yang rotation. There is no other number after that number. 69 to 96. There is nothing in the reality that in French, when you say, okay, 70, you will say 60 plus 10. When you say 80, you will be saying 4 times 20. When you say 90, you will say 4 times 20 plus 10. It's ironic, right? It's ironic that, give me a second. In French, they do not say one, there's one special number in French, and it's number 81. 9 times 9, 9 plus 9, 2 very special numbers. 88 is very special. And it just so happens the red team was wearing 88-022, while the blue team was wearing 33-333. 8 and 3 play with inside of each other. 6 times 2, 6 plus 2. 6 and 2 is 8. 6 times 2 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. They play together. It's monkey. It's the heavens creation, or creation within the heavens. Monkey, 83. Gold, 38. Club, 38. It's going to create electric company. Number 35. Although it's electric, I shouldn't get into this right now. I didn't finish with my last piece. Just give me a second. I got to slow myself down. Got to slow down the horses, okay? I didn't even finish number 7 and 8. How powerful, right? How powerful that the void is of this. How powerful the void is in this, running this over here, your 6 and 5, 11. It's 4, 5. It's 4, 5, and it's 5, 6 connected. Your 3 and 6 is your basic creation, right? You see this? This 3, 6, 9 is the only one on the 9 side. Otherwise, it's a crisscrossing pairing up of here, right? You see that, 4 and 5? What number was I talking about? Yes, 4 and 5, 9, 3 and 6, 9. And here, these are all bound to each other. So if our creation comes here, we're bound over here. We're bound over here, 9 to 11. This entire thing is, I'm going to go take a drink and come back and show you. 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 4 and 5. Okay? It binds. This crossing link binds right over here at 4.5, the number value for fox, right? Now it's fox and wolf. Isn't it funny? 45 is fox, 56 is wolf. When we come on this side, right, we end up with 2, 9, 3, 8, and then we bind it over here, but we bind it, okay, at 5.5. In between every one of these areas is a number, right? The coordinate space between here and here is 7. There's a 7th gate sitting between 6 and 8. But you know what? This entire cube has a 7th gate splitting between 6 and 8. We're running with 7 and 8. The 6 is in the game to the 7, which is the lunar moon, and the 8, which is the Mars moons. They are together. We live in something that was constructed a long time ago. I want to know what all these people who study the sky actually need to know. What is missing in your equation? Because it's all here. It's right in the math. Like I said, I'm a truck driver, 18 wheels. In French, they say 18. 10 equals to 37. It plays the number on the cross, 3 and 7. Okay? In English, it plays in the rule of 3, 6, and 9. The French and the English has two distinct together and apart realities that happen with them. One of the realities that happen with them is number 6. It's both spelt the same way. Another one is blue. They're spelt a little bit different. They have the same letters, and they have this, just a different location of the letters where the U is in front of the E. So it's explaining that your alpha beta, your 21 creation, is inside the 6th position and not inside either the reflective or the 1st position, meaning that if I go A, B, C, D in the fourth position, everything turns over from a 1 to a 10. When I started with 1. If I end with a 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 is 1, and the ends are 1. In between, it's a little bit different, 2 and 3, when you mix them up. But also, when it comes to 2 and 3, there's in the horse racing sport, the ones with the wheels in the back, they have a blue, I think it's a blue 2. And when you go on top of it, it becomes a white 2. And then the 3 becomes blue. And then the 2 becomes white. So they intertwine. So you get a baby blue between 2 and 3. And Mar, M-A-R, or Ram is number 32. We work in the cycle of 333, which is the pig's pregnancy, which is the movement of our numbers rotating this way, is all by threes. We live, okay, and all our rotation to our planet is this Rubik's Cube, 3 by 3, and the numbers rotate up and down by 3, and everything fits inside a 9. Another thing, if we wanted to take more numbers, I'd put numbers here, and then numbers here. I put numbers all the way around. I would end up in this area with 4 9s, 36, 4 3s, 4 1s, 4 7s. So we'd have a whole story going on. I'd have to take another look. Let's not talk about it. Let me take a 1-minute break. I'm going to come back. I'm going to see what I missed. And obviously, I said a whole lot of things. But if there's something that's not working out in your head, I want to get back to number 71. I want to get back to number 17. I want to get back to understanding what is it when you look at a time and it's 111. You look at a time and it's 222, 333, 444, and there are other minutes and times like 724 is really interesting. 7 times 24 will create a gateway in numbers. I'm going to get my water in the kitchen. I see you're still here, Tammy. That's great on YouTube. Imagine I got over 10,000 videos, and I put out calls for people to show up. People tell me tons of things, and there's, I mean, like to see 6 people here now with what I believe. What does 33 mean? Can you hold on, Mr. Lowe? Are you still here? Just say yes. I'm not going to tell you what it means. I'm going to tell you what it says. Because if I tell you what it means, that would be more or less a definition of truth. And the definition of my truth is what I find through my system, giving it the reality from where I got it from. So the definition within, anyways, let me come back to you. One-minute break here. Okay. I see Mr. Stilt. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to talk about number 33. As I had just shown you, 3 times 3, okay, equals to 9. 3 plus 3 equals to 6. When you add them or multiply them, it equals to 15, and it equals to a total of 54. When you add it, it equals to 69. 69 is 44 and 25 with this Earth plugs area space division of night and day. I'm going to show you in a minute. Now, what I said before, okay, I don't remember exactly what the whole thing was, okay, with the 32. What it is the RAM is number 32. When you say Mars and you have an S at the end of the word, it means more than. So Mars is the RAM without the S. With the S becomes Mars. So there's more than one RAM. There's also an AM, right? 81 A through M equals to 91, which is spirit. In the RAM, okay, and the R goes many ways. You can design the R all the way around in all directions, but the R is made up by 2 by 9 equals to 18, and it's also made up of 3 by 6 equals to 18. I like to, what I was taught earlier on is how to bring everything into its formation, how to understand that, separate what doesn't work out, or I can also do 4 times 4 plus 2 to equals to 18. And this will tell me whether or not I'm working with the 2 moons of Mars, the 2 of Venus, or the 1 moon of Earth or Mercury. So it's going to point me in that direction, but I'm not all the way down there to understand how that formation works yet, right? So number 33 is the yin and the yang in artwork, okay? It's going to create 2 numbers, 45, okay, or 54, which is the sun, 54, which is love. The division between 4 and 5 is 4.5, which is fox, F-O-X, which is 666. When you use 33, okay, you have to note that your 33 is going to go along in formation with 44, okay, and 11. The reason for this is I have to follow the cubic law. The cubic law is, it's a law that anybody would know that can use Rubik's Cube and understands a calculator. If you can count to 10, you should be able to do this better if you count to 99, because the minute you get to $1, right, the minute you get to $1, you got 4 quarters. You got 4 reindeer. $25 or 25 cents, right? Now, if we're working with cents, it's one thing. We're working $25, it's something else. But 4 times 25 cents is $1. If you look on your keyboard, right, this story that I talk about, okay, is the location of the story I tell. So if I tell you about a reindeer and I'm in Canada, they're on the back of the quarter. It's a game that you can pick up anybody on the street and say, hey, what do you call this? And if they call it a calculator and they see 9 numbers with addition, subtraction, multiplication, then they can play this game. Then they already know. Then you know that each one of these are characters. They have words. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 18, 17, 16, 96, 97, 98, 99. All of these numbers. In fact, everything in the 70s. It's just amazing. The 70s, the 80s, the 90s. In fact, the 60s were even great. Did you know that we're the end of the 60 cycle right now? Did you know when we hit 2030, what happens? In fact, when we hit 29, because everything is on 29, when we hit 29, do you know what happens? Forget the Hebrew letters for 20 and 30. But what happens is you see the base creation of 0 to 1, right? When you put 2, 1 together, it's actually 21, 210, 2160, which is 1.5 times creation, which is the day, which is going to be, what is 60 minutes will now be 90. What is 24 hours will now be 16 hours, because we have to divide the night and the day. And our base creation, I need to calculate it more than one way. Although there's 1,440 minutes in a day, there's going to be the night and day. And since the Earth cycles run in thirds, although we have 4 seasons, it actually runs in thirds. 3 is what touches the other that you touch. I touch you, you touch them, and they touch me. We're all touching each other. And at the same time, we're all standing on the same earth. We all have one platform. We all have the same consciousness. We all breathe. Our heart, is it the reader? Is it the mind that is the processor between the red and the blue mind, between the boy and the girl mind? That if you're a male, you would be made sort of this way, and if you were a female, you would be made this way? And you want to get offended? Well, let's go to the plumbing store, and I'm going to show you where we can pick up some male piping. Otherwise, if I walk in there and they say, what kind of piping you need for the corners, and I go, it's sexual, I can't talk about it. Want to go back to number 33? So what happens, like I said, everything branches out. I'm going to show you number 33. My water is hot. Don't go away. I wish to never stop. I learn every single day. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been learning for 20 years. Don't stop. I never knew what I would know 20 years ago today. That I can look at a calculator and I can see 9 numbers. I didn't know that 20 years ago there were just 7 dots. Or 7 dots. I didn't know that this was a 4 and this was a 10, but today I know it's communication. I know it's the sky pass for life. I know it's into the E-world through the sun. I know that there's a passage between 666 and 888. It's Fox headquarters. The passage through the 7th gate. When you go to sleep at night, you lie down this way. So I pick up one of my magic tools if I can find it. Ah, look at that. 180 across. So I know when I'm sleeping, I got the R letter running that way. 180, 18, 9 and 9, 18. I got the sun lying on its back. Or I have the I letter, which is actually the angle, the 90-degree angle, or the 9, the house, the delta angle house, which is 4 times of the single number, 9, 18, 27, 36, equal to 90, that 90-degree angle. Okay? You bring 4 of them together. Well, it depends. Okay, I'm not going to say that. You bring 4 of them together in one of the houses, and in the other house, I have to go design it to figure it out. So, yes, so you have the I, and over here, you have the 18. You have 18 and 9. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, equals to that 18 and 9. And that's the halfway house of Venus. There should be 4 of these. There's 3 and there's 4. Give me 1 second. I was writing something down that I wanted to show you. The amazing thing that what 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4, and yes, because 3 and 4, okay, is the end. Okay, it's like A and B, right? It's like A and B. Let me write this down. A and B equals to 3, and 3 and 4 equals to 7, but it is 11, 12 and 13 equals to 25. Okay, so this becomes 3 and 7. Okay, just give me a minute. We need the 135, which is the ace, which is the sun, which is orange. I have to get back to that number 33. Yes, sorry for doing this. I'll get back to this in a second. Okay, so let me see. Hold on a second. If you want to come on as a guest and ask me something, I don't have to hold the whole floor to myself. How do I participate in my own interact? Hold on, I want to interact. How can I join? Flip camera, mute, comments. Oh, look at that. I can comment. Yes, so what it is, again, okay, I'm going to reiterate that your base creation is 3 and 6, but the number value, even though it's not in the same position, your 3 and 6, right, brings you here on the cross. You play between 4 and 5, the sun, and you become one of the lambs alongside the wolves. Wolf is number 56. Flow is number 56. 7 is number 65. 3 is number 56. 2 times 28. 28 is what the cycle of the moon is. Okay, so if you have one of them, you have 28. If you have 2 of them, you have 56. The number to the wolf is 56. I now put together the lamb and the wolf numerically. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 plus 56, which is 6 and 11. 1 and 1 is 2. Anyways, regarding, I want to show you it here. God, hold on a second. Okay, I need to save this part. Okay, now I have to remember what I was looking for. Just give me a second. The bird, okay, is number 33. The bird is going to divide the sun. I don't know if it's within the chirp. The bird, okay, number 44, the reverse of the bird is going to divide the night and the day. It's going to give you a gateway. 4 times 4 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 4 plus 4 is 8. 7 and 8 come together. Where they imply is in the void right over here. 7 and 8 are 15. Okay, 7 by 8 is 56, bringing on 2 moons, because I heard the number 56, right? The number 56 equals to 11, and 30 equals to 41. So it brings in AD. It brings in the numbers 1 and 4, the singular moon inside of Mars, and you can find it over here, the singular moon inside of Mars. It's in the E worlds. If I wanted to show you the other one, I'd have to take out the deck of cards. Right? 5 and 5. See the design in the center? I'm going to have to color that in and show you this design. Above and below, here's the 9. But the diamond one, 2 times. The diamond house, double up everything in the diamond house. This is going to be 9 and 9, 18. So when you add up 1 through 9, you're going to go 45, 45, 90. And then you're going to go 110. 1 through 10, okay, equals to a total of 55. 1 through 11, 66. So when you get the Jack or the J letter that gives you 66, that 6 and 6, okay, connects to the 5775 gateway. The male and the female, the 12 and the 13, the Batz mitzvah and the bar mitzvah. But when the man and the woman have that bar mitzvah and Batz mitzvah, the woman becomes number 13 and the man becomes number 14. The woman is 12, 13, the man is 13, 14, 27, the woman is 25. Together, they equal to 52. 57, 75. The year was 2015 when the cycle was completely over. The cycle of Joe. I think it was, is it Joe or can I say toy? I'm not really sure, or joy. Right? There's many things that you can do it. 2015 brings in the number 35. Okay, 35 is the heart of the cube. Also, the reverse of the cube and the understanding what 20 is, if we're playing darts, 1 through 20 equals to 210. 1 through 15 equals to 110. The total is 120 and 210. Right? The total number in the game looks like this. You add the 20, you add the 15 in pool, you add the 20. Here you get the red and the green for 75, the electric moon in the house of bait. Not here. The electric moon is here. Your vibration runs in between here. The sun runs in between here. That's you. Okay? And that's what Saturn's star is. But on the second level, remember, there's 2 levels, right? Because you have the stripe and you have the solid. So you have to understand all the levels of the pool games, and you have to understand all the letters of the dart. You see, in the dart, right, there's a single, and let's call it gold, right? And then what there is there's a double, and let's call that silver. And then there's the triple, and we're going to call that bronze. The smallest area of bronze in the triple. Do you follow where I'm going with this? When you say something that's first, it's gold. Gold is in the center of 2 sides. It takes up both of what is silver and what is bronze. The sun is what is first. ACE, the sun is divided. between this side and this side. Now there's a question about the sun also. There's a question about which letter A will we design. Are we connecting it? There's going to be a left angle, a right angle. I like to call it the delta angle. Also, if you take a look at the jack card, the hat, more or less, right? There's 3 angles on it. When you create this letter, right, you're going to create something like this. If you take a look at the jack, it has this here design, more or less. And then here would be the D letter. This would be looked at the C letter. So what is the A letter? Okay, is actually put together with a little pyramid and a C or a stand below the pyramid. Why are we raising the pyramid? We raise the pyramid possibly for one of these 2 realities I'm going to show you. I usually don't design it this way, but I'm going to design it this way right now. I back up my work 100%. I find, when I can find it, when I can draw it, when I can see it, and I can share it, to that I am in the only mind, and it took me many years before somebody would agree with me on anything at all, that you see what I see, because if I see something completely different than anybody here, then nobody should be here at all. This is a deck of playing cards. You see the 5, the 2, and the 9. I want to know if everybody agrees with me. You see a calculator. You see what you see. Call it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Multiply, addition, subtraction. You see shapes over here that have names that get numerical values to it. So we talked, so you went, what does 33 mean, right? So we did that already, I think, right? Did you get that? So Merkel, are you still here? Where are you, Merkel? So did we get to what that is? It's a rotation within the house of the moons. Okay, it's a 69. It might be in the mansion house, right? I'm going to show you what the design is. I just want to say everything at one time, and it's like impossible. I don't want to tell you everything, you know. I mean, we didn't do the importance of Area 51, right? We still didn't do number 96, right? We were talking about 96 before. 9, hold on a second. What was it? It was 23 and hold on, 23, 24. Okay, we were talking about the last number is 69, but in the mirror world, it's 96. Okay, there's a split between the 3 and the 4. There are 6 opposite sides. When you go to the 4th side, it shows a mirror side. Once it shows a mirror side, it's just the beginning of telling you that it is incomplete, and it will complete after 4 with 5 and 6. We need 4 sides for a ring. We need 3 opposite sides. We need 2 sides for a pole. We already understand that if we have 4 sides, we automatically have 2 sides. So everything is explained within 3 and 4. We know that 3.5 is the heart of this cube. I know that electric company, by the way, company equals to 87, electric equals to 75. Okay, add up the word 12 equals to 87, right? The word October, which now we have the J that is being produced because of the mirror world, A, B, C, D, right? And I showed you this before, and my water is getting cold. The reason for 36, the reason for all the numbers. I'm going to show you this when I get back. Don't hesitate. Somebody wanted to ask me something. If somebody wants to join me live, you know, if you're going to be serious, otherwise, still, yeah, you want to ask me a question still? I'm going to get my hot water. gets hot. I had a little cocoa. You know, many, many, many years ago, 50 years ago, about let's just go back 45 years, okay, just to make it simple, closer to 50. 666, by the way, and 888, it's the star system we run. How you doing, Charlie? 45 years ago, I asked myself questions about life. Just about basic life, you know, like how much is a hamburger at McDonald's and stuff. No, it was just general, just general. One of them was about TAX, right? Couldn't understand what they were doing with everything. Just nothing made sense. It wasn't logical, it wasn't rational. You're supposed to be running a country, you know. Nothing ever made sense, so I really didn't care much about certain things. I just knew that if everybody was me on this entire planet, and I had to make others like me because I was looking for information for myself to survive against the odds of nature, and since I'm alone, I couldn't build a house fast enough because the big bad wolf would come and blow down my house, so I needed more of me, right? And I needed to be in Trinity, right? I touch this, right? This element touches this, and here we're all the way around. This got to touch both of us and came to me. The moon of Luna, Demas, and Phobos associate in the system. We stand on the plateau, living in the breath of the house. The breath you take into this house, regardless of who you are, 100% of life on this planet, okay? In an instant, if your IP address fails, the connection is lost. The electronic heart stops. The spirit of life keeps on ticking. So if anybody wants to come into this house, what is this about? Is this a game? Does somebody have to pay for the codes, right? And then store it somewhere, and we don't have enough space. What are all these buildings? Oh, you know what? We'll put a building in space. You know what we'll call it? We'll call it the moon. Because all the information is being given birth. BIRTH versus BEARTH. That within BEARTH, where it is awake and asleep, for which reason I'm not sure. Is it for the reason that when you go to sleep at night and you lie this way, it's noted to be 180 degrees. So when you sleep, you become part of R. And when you're awake, you become the I. Divided between two sides. Look at that. It even looks like a D, right? Asleep and awake. But if I put it this way, my eye can go this way when the 18 is awake and the angle 90 over here. Can we do it this way? I'm asking myself that question, right? I'm awake, I split this area here. Or am I splitting two sides of the house? You can locate this on the 9 key. I think it's one of, I think the number 9 key is the result of what happened with the 0. On this keyboard, I see like two ribs coming together, like an Adam and an Eve, a day and a night, right? See the 9 and the 0? Are those two moons, or are they the beginning of two eggs? Think about it. We live in a skeleton world where when we understood that a letter was a letter, it is not. To most of the population, they'll say it's a letter, or to a child. But in reality, it is a character. It is created by connecting the dots and the dashes. When it is a dash, it is Earth. When it is a dot, it is Mars. If it meets at a flat line, okay, and it can't be, where it can be divided at a corner, it is Mars. When it's divided between two areas, it is Earth. Earth is 1, 3, 5. Ace divided Sun. Mars is 2, 4, 6, 8. It's the four worlds of Venus. It is TH, it is time, heaven, house, abate, the bee, hive, 666, or call it the bee haven. B equals to 12. I'm going to put the bee heaven, okay, equals to 55. Heaven equals to 55, right? I'm just going to see where I was with this. We spoke about football and scoring points, that you're going to give it a try. Anytime you give it a try, try means 3. Multiply each one of these by 3. Your 600 laws of Moses, 613 laws, right? 6 by 13 is 78. This all has to do with the moon gate. Moon gate. The moon gate is what's going to connect 19 or 1 and 9. It's going to connect 2 wings. It's going to connect 2 wings here and here. You can also do it this way, although the numbers will change. It'll then be 10, 1, 2, 3, 6. This will be 10. And then this one over here will be 28. It'll be 10 and 28. I forget which equation that one is, right? That's when you do this one over here. And when you do it, it creates the S letter, which is 2 L's, and 2 L's in French mean a wing. Number 74 is going to go to the center. Time is 47. 74 is energy. It comes from another number, number 5 and 7. The male and the female create this. The 11 and the 12 and the 13. 25 equals to Jack. Ask me why, I will tell you. So is there anything you'd like to know, Charlie? Or anybody out there? How about you, Tammy? What can I help you with? So we also have to know, I don't want to lose where I am. We did the brother, the father, and the mother. We didn't talk about the sister, that within the word brother, mother, and father, ending with THER, equaling to a total of 51. Okay? There's no real combination with sister other than SIS, equaling to what is 47. So sister is going to be connecting with time. Sister is going to connect with beast. Sister is going to connect with bull. Sister is going to connect, when a sister connects with the bull, it connects with the second zodiac sign. It also connects with the ox. So the ox is noted to be 66. It's going to connect with the gateway of 57, 57, 75, the pool table and the dart table coming together. Okay, I don't know where that went, but wow, I wish I can just find it. Just give me a second. Number 33, don't forget, it's that vibration. It's a 9-6 rotation in 33 in Rubik's Cube in the pig house. The pig and the chicken, 7 weeks, 3 by 7 days for the 21, the cube, and the chicken hatches the egg. You also get 18 eggs to eat on 3 days of rest for the chicken. For the pig, it's 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, 27, where one area space is inside the last space. So it would be 26 divided by 27. (26 divided by 27 equals to 0.9629629. Isn't that a perfect number? Right? 9926269. It's a reflective of itself. Look at that. The cube is absolutely perfect. The cube is perfect. 9 and 6, 9, 9, 2, 6, 9 and 9, 2 and 6, 8, 2 and 6, 8 with 9 in the center. So it becomes 9, 8, 8, 9. That's crazy. What math equation? Oh yeah, the 88, the Trump number, right, 88. He had number 88 because it was 4 times 22 to create that 88. It's for the Mars house, okay? And Biden has the blue house, has the Earth house, and the Republicans have the. It's crazy, right? Let me say that again. R for right, for 18, for Republican, for red. Okay, for the devil, for the trunk. Then we have blue. Let me see this again. We had 4 parts. Somehow, see the script is flipped here, right? Because usually Mars comes in as the boy. You see, in this situation, I'm getting the devil girl coming into Mars in this situation now. But for many years, you see, it's going to be 100%, but it's going to be 100% right or 100% wrong. And all I have to do is flip 2 pieces. That's all I have to do. All right. Give me a second. Let me see if this is okay. System. Okay, let me take a look at that for 1 second. And look where it comes out. In the word sister, you end up with 90, 7 and 11. 7 come 11 in sister. Okay? This cube, these cubes are 7 come 11. The cubes are 7 come 11. I write it out so many times. I'm working with 2 books right now. I'm not so bad. Oh, and we still didn't finish with number 7 and 8. Okay, that 7 and 8 is what is controlling those gateways between the 2 planets. When these moons move, when these planets, when these things get hot, all that memory, right, that we're not receiving, right, it's all electric. It all has to be put somewhere, right, and it has to be cooled. Okay, now I don't know about you, but I had a dream one time that because of the moon, the sharks, right, get really angry at a certain time, right, and the fish also, because there's too much energy going into the oceans, right, or the energy has gone deeper down and they're being chased around right now. Okay, imagine we're living in a world where we say it's all energy, but yet you can see me. What, does energy talk? It's crazy. I know electricity is shocking, you know. Okay, so let me go through where I was getting this. Oh my God, and I didn't share this, and I didn't share this. I don't even know where I was going with this next. There's just so much. I'm overwhelmed. Oh God, oh yes, and this one over here that I did. Okay, I found one of them. This one over here. See, I showed you this and this, where these 2 come together. Okay, now what happens, okay, is we have 8, well, let me see what this is again, 8 plus 9, where did we get, oh yes, 1 plus 8, 1 times 8 is 8 and 9 equals to 17, right? This is going to connect to Mars. 3 by 17 is 51 Mars, our vibration plays a role inside of this, okay? And the second number to the center, okay, is 3 and 5. That's your electric company playing inside the gateway here in the E world, your creation in the E world. Okay. The 17th letter is Q, but the reverse of that, okay, is J10. That's your A, B, C, D. Everything plays through J. That is the dividing system central through the E world. I can flip through these books. I just did 2 books in a day, so, or 2 days or 3 days or whatever. Your star system, everybody knows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 and 1, 10. 3 and 7, 10. 4 and 6, 10. 2 and 8, 10. The cube only has 6 sides on it. It fits right here. So when you make an O letter, you count all 9. But you live life as 6. You count all 9, you live life as 6, and an area space, okay, are packets of 12. You have 12 inches. You have 36 reflective. Okay, you have a 36. Just give me a second. I'm going to the floor for a second. You have a 36 reflective connection when playing games. I'm going to show you what it is. Okay? When you play the game of roulette, right, here's your basis of the game. This is the way the game is set up. You're going to have 36 dots. Now, in order to understand if there's a reflection inside this game, right? And remember, you need to have forms, so you need to have a minimum of 2, right? In the same area to connect for everybody to fold in to each other, right? Each side can fold down. So here, the X is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Then over here is 12. You notice they left out like a lamed area over here, right? The 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. It changes to a black inside roulette. Red is 27. Black is 29. 9, 11 between red and black, right? And then we go on to the Y letter, right? With the X and Y. So I won't talk about who's home chrome, right? X and Y come together with 1 to the positive side, to the 3, 6, 9, to the 18, to the 9 side, right? When you draw that line, right, that's going to be, although this connects, okay, this is in the 3, 6, 9, okay, and it's going to create 21, 3. This connection over here, this straight line is 16 and 19, 35, 3 and 5, 8. But within its own equation, it's going to be 16, 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. And then over here is 19. 19 is a jointure. There's a joint connecting 2 systems right away from here, right? This is H and E. Inside here, this line here, okay, is 1, 4, 7. When you get down here, you see the reflection here and here? You see it here and here, a reflection? Here and here, it's the same. Here and here, it's the same. I flipped it over, and then I flipped it over. When I do that, I can create this within the center. Now, I automatically have 2 of these. Now I need 2 of these, and then I can go on to create 1 more here. So I need how many of these? I have, let me see. I have this one here, and this one here, and this one here. So I need all of these to know that this reflects this one over here. So since it reflected over here, I know that I need all of these. So I need 2, 4, 6 areas by 36 or 2160 before I start to reflect the rest. And 2160 is the numeric value of the diameter of the moon, which is 1.5 times the minutes in a day. Everything is 1.5 or 1.25, or depending on which part of Mars, Earth you're in, right? So now that we know this, we have a reflection of a total of 36 numbers. Then you can bet the first 12 numbers, 1 through 12. You can go bet the second 12 or the third 12. They each pay 2 to 1, so they're talking about the twin moons. When they pay 1 to 1, 1 through 18, they're talking about singular moons, right? So when you have all of this, 36, 36, 36, 108, the fourth one is 1444. Over here, you have half. You should have half. 180 or 18 is half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So should you have 10 of them, you'll have 360 dots. However, you're going to connect that system. See, like the little Martians that come out? When they took the penny off the market, I'll show you. You see, it does the same thing here. I did a little different here. Over here, okay, is 8 and 9. Sorry, it's 1 and 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And over here is 8, 9, 1, 2. 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's JE. It's like I am. They took the penny off the market. Then over here is binary code. There's the communication angle of transition. Number 5, number 9, and the cat. That's right. The cat is going to create a gateway. Okay? Licks the fur, reads all the information, buries it in the sand. Who buries it in the sand? The turtle buries it in the sand. Who else buries it in the sand? We have to look at these as pieces in the game we're in. Here's binary code. Even though in most cases it's 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I go from 1 over to 2, over to 4, over to 8, over to 7, over to 5, over to 1. Because that's the rotation. So I'm going to create an hourglass. This is an hourglass. Now the thing is here, is this is 9, but when I started it over, I continued on. I inverted it and just kept doing the same thing. I don't know if I should have did that, right? So this is what happens. It looks like the spade inside of this. I have to take a look at this of why I did it that way. Maybe I just didn't want to take it off. I might remove it if I can't read it properly. I don't like the way it is. It might be the integrated Star of David, right? You notice the L, L letters that come in. You also have the 3 hearts, right? If you add on an extra piece, it becomes an L. Otherwise, it's a V. You know what I'm saying? And then you can create the opposite side. You create the O, becomes the E world, because then you have 9 areas. This is from the roulette table. This told me about the letter Q and the letter J. This will, by the letter H and I and 5 and 2, you can create this over here. We're going to sit down. I'm going to go and see if I can take a sip of my tea. Just give me a second. I'm going to turn around the camera. "33 is this entire cube to the voided area. The complete blank space on this cube equals to 33. But it equals to 33 in this fashion. 1 and 8 equals to 9. 2 and 7 equals to 9. 3 and 6 equals to 9. 4 and 5 equals to 9. 5 and 4 equals to 9. And 6 and 3 equals to 9. Now, this is the house of bait. I like to call this the house of Venus Mars. It's going to have 2 moons inside of it. It's going to have 1 moon inside of it. 6 and 1, 6 and 2. Although this is 1 and 8, and this is 2 and 7, this is 3 and 6. The only ones that double up is the 6-3, 3-6, the 5-4, and the 4-5. This is the Fox Pass. This is part of the Sun system. 9 times 5, 9 times 6. This is our sun. This is what the house brought us in and noted to be the Sun Fox. 666. Stowed onto us is 6 and 1, 6 and 2, and upon our birth, it is all 3. It is 6 and 3. Has it been stolen? Is there something fake? I don't know. I just know that these come out to be an absolute, that when you start to look at games, even when you look at the 7 and 8 one more time, you're going to think of the game of pool. When you add 1 through 20 for darts, it equals to 210. When you add 1 through 15, it equals to 120. The moon is 2160. Right? The moon is 2160. When you multiply this by 3, everything should be multiplied by 3. That means the dart game of 210 is now going to equal to 630. And the pool game of 120 is now going to equal to 360. 9 times 7, and this is going to be 9 by 4. How 4 and 7 work together. right? The 4 and 7 work together in almost a similar way, okay? Now, I'm not really sure which way I should look at this yet. There are two ways. One of them would say it would be the 2 by 2, 2 cube Mars cube. That would be related to the 15 or Saturn square. And then it would be related to where it is 3, 1, 3 days of the week, where it's going to be related to the Earth cube, the 3 cube versus the 2 cube. Or can it be played that there are 4 corners out of 9, that within the 4 corners out of 9, we use only 7. Either you use the one that you're awake during the day, or we use the one where you're asleep at night. When you go to bed at night, if we want to look at it this way, straight up, we can also calculate the calculator and numbers this way, but I'd have to make another design to understand it. And when we do put it this way, you will see there's always going to be, right? Look at the letters, the way they run into each other. See the way this letter runs into this letter, runs into that letter? 7 runs into 8, runs into 5, 7 runs into 4, into 5. That means both these 4 and 8s come into 7 and 5. 84 for Pluto, 57, 75. The man and the woman, the E world, the 5G. Did you know ET is the reverse 5G TV? We breathe into conscience, Sir Emlo, 976. Now, the 20, right, is going to be that one of them is going to be the dart game. The other is going to be pool. In the darts, you get the 50 red and you get the 25 green. You also get in the pool game, hold on a second, in the pool game, yes, in the pool game, 8 and 7 stripe. So the big balls in pool, okay, is for the big 6 and 8, okay, which I'm going to explain this to you. Okay, in solids, in pool, you're going to see black, you're going to see white, and you're going to see the color. Okay, some colors will mix. If you have the 5 and the 13, that's a color mix, and you're going to be going yellow and red. If you get the green ball, which is the 6 and the 14, you will have blue and yellow. If you have, did I get that right? If you have the 4 and the 12 ball, okay, you will have purple which is number 88, which is a gateway, and you will have the red and the blue. You will have the cold, you will have the hot, you will have the Republican, and you will have the right, and you will have the left. You will have a dog leg. The pound key and the dog leg to the right is a hook for Jack, is the hook nose, not into what is the flat nose of the pig. The pig is the ham, as it is the Abraham, the ham of communication. It is the ass of communication, a backdoor communication. Abraham. The numeric value for Abraham is 44. The numeric value for Isaac is 33. They create a division between the night and the day. Isaac creates what is the rotation with inside the sun. 3 times 3, they make the rotation within what is the birth, okay, and the coming into light. The Abraham divides the day and the night between the 16 hours of what is called the day and the 8 hours to what I call the night, that when you get 16, you get 1 and 6 is 7. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 6 and 8. To note what is 666 to what is 888. To understand this star system, I will write it out and I will show you, and it will shift. If you want me to work with Venus square, with Saturn square, with anything of these, I see the number shift. I easily shift them. There is a pattern in just about everything. There is a story in everything. I think we have to create some kind of system that I can put in all this information, that we can share it and change it partly on our own, right? Once you see it, everybody can add to the system when they start to understand also, right? What are capital letters? What are vowels? How the vowels should be integrated? Should we change the numeric values? Okay, and take out all the vowels and see and drop down, bring our alphabet closer together. If we do that, right, we would start with B. Did you know that B and H, okay, that B and H are in the center house, and they're, sorry, it's B, H, and B, D, and H, okay? Three parts of the Venus house, okay, have no vowels in it. The reason is A is in the first house. So no, everything in the first house is going to do something with a division. And yes, there is a division between A, there is a part division between Jack, and there is a division between the S letter. The S brings the two wings together. The S letter is 1 and 9. Inside the lower house, you will not have the 9 other than the combination of 9. And in the upper house, right, in the house of Bet, you're only going to have what is above 11. 3 cube average, okay, is 10.5. So you're either going to have 10 and below or 10 and above. And it's the association of the core of this, which is 3.5 in any direction, equaling to 105, or it actually says I am, or how about I'm? You do know that I'm is for silver, and it's $9.99. Or was that what gold would be? The reason for that is Roman numeral 1 before M is going to be $9.99. And the M in Roman numerals, if you take a look at its design, it's actually saying 4, 5, and 6, which is the Fed. 4, 5, and 6. It's coming together, the belt of 9/11. 11 is also noted to be the ace. Then in blackjack, they use the ace as 11, which also shows you how the ace can be divided, when actually I think it's standing more like this, the ace, right? I'm not sure if this is a good way to depict it. But there's a difference. Has anybody ever thought why the V is a V and why the A is an A? Okay, one of the reasons I think might have to do with this. The first two markings on your piano, I think it's C, whatever it is over here, right? It never goes on the line, so therefore the lines never get crossed. The minute you cross your first line, okay, you're going to create what is this connection to your first letter on the piano or on music, right? And every time you move up the scale, your letters are going to change. Your 4, 5, and 6, your 9, 11, also Saturn square, the same time cribbage. Cribbage is a game of 11, 11, because there's 121 to the end of that game. I was still talking about, and I didn't finish this, okay, is the male and the female organ. 63 for the male. You remember, these are the only ones that double up. Total 117, right? The reverse cube is all of this reality. 7, 11. Let me see if I wrote it down here so I can share it. I wrote so much down. I'm so unhappy that I'm not showing you. Well, we'll do it this way, right? 1, check out this last row, this 4 and 9. 1 and 8 is 9. 2 and 7 is 9. 3 and 6 is 9. Each one of these passed through the number 5. But I never got to number 9. See, the only way to get 9 here is to connect this over here. 4 and 5, 9. So it doesn't connect. Do you follow me? I'm not stopping over here. So my 1E world where 4 comes into 5 becomes the IT system. The D and the E. It's also the 13th letter M and the 14th letter N. It's the division at 13.5 of the alphabet. The 13th and the 5th letter is E and M. Matter and energy, Mars, Mercury, Earth, energy, matter. 13 and 5, right? It becomes 13 and 5 equals to 18R. If you minus it, it becomes H8. The reverse of this is going to be 14 and 22 is going to, hold on, equal to what is 36 and 08. And H8. Okay, just give me a second. I have another piece that goes with this. The H and the R letter is going to be reversed of 9 and 19. It's going to be reversed with this, 9 and 19. 9 and 18, 27, 19 and 8, 27. This is your birth. This connects the two worlds. This is the divided sun. 10 is going to be the reflective world. When you have this together, the French make me say 1. It is 10 plus 9. 10 minus 9 becomes 1 and 19. When it becomes the 18, right, R, S, QRS, 17, 19, and 18, equaling to 54, equaling to 57, equaling to 51, equaling to 27, equaling to 36, equaling to 29, equaling to 39, equaling to 25, and equaling to 33. The 33 ends up in Q. This is the reflective letter in the alphabet from what is A, B, C, D. I'm going to go back and show you that again. The ABCD cycle. It looks like nobody's here watching me on the other channel, but what can I do? Here's your ABCD cycle. Here's your 10 star connect. In the lower world, it's ABC. In the upper world, it's BCD. Here comes your 9 birth. Okay? It's into the E world. After the death, before the Christ, the citizen band 10-4 code radio for communication, okay, is what connects both these two worlds. Also to understand that the word Abraham, ham is a pig, it's a single antenna. Unlike the bunny rabbit, which is also the fourth zodiac sign, is 2 antennas. And it's written these 2 antennas, okay, on the 18-wheeler. 18 is going to be reflective of the sun. 18 and 36, 54 inside the house of Bet, 72, and then 90. It is everything to do with the connecting star system, how to create your 9/11. Just to show you my little puppy here. I'm going to reboil my water in the kitchen. It's unbelievable that we're really, nobody's here. So Emlo, I don't know. Let me see if anybody's here. Oh, let's see. There's one viewer, and somehow they live not far from this planet. I'm going to get my hot water in the kitchen. I'm coming back. Put away my deck of cards. Seems like there's only 2 of us here, but I know there's many more on the way. People, if you come to join this channel, those who come to the channel, Those who come to the channel, share the channel. Ask me questions. I can't drive my car. I'm a taxi. Get into my taxi. Ask me a question. That's in my dimension of thought. And I will take you on a ride. We are in the 62nd year from the crossover of the 60s creation. When we came into 1963, the 19 is the connective number. 19 and 20 is that connection. 19 and 20. What's the reverse of that? Why is it 19 and 20? 19 and 20 gives me 8 and 7. Of course. Of course. We're into the year of O. The king and the queen. 19, 10 minus 1, 2 plus 1, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is 3 creation. Your 1 and 2 is located right over here. Your 2 has 7 empty spaces on it. Okay? Your 6 has 3, but your 1 has 8. This is where it comes together. It comes together right here. And we're there. Okay, what year are we there? Let me see. Where did I mark that? Let me mark. Did you lie on top of my book? Just give me a second. Give me a second. 1963. So we have 1960, but when do we always go for the year we're in ends at 1. So when we end the year at 10, did we make a box of 10 numbers? Should I be ending at 9 because it's 0 to 1, 0 to 2, 0 to 3, 0 to 9, so we only have 9. I used all the 1, used all the 2, I used all of what is. Yes, I have to go to 10. I'm going to explain to you this. If I use all up to 1, and I use all up to 2, and all up to 3, and all up to 4, and all up to 5, and all up to 6, and all up to 7, all up to 8, okay, and then from 8, all up to 9, 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, all because 8 point something starts in the 9th. So when we're counting 9, we have to count to 9.9. And then the 10th one, we'd be starting over again, but we still have to go to 9.9. That 1 penny is very important. I hold the 1 penny here. Okay, the 1 penny, I put it into the piggy bank. Okay, and it connects everything working. It connects the 2 sides of creation. The missing piece is the extra cent. It's just a cent. You need to switch on the electricity. You need to make a connection. So 1963 is where the completion over to 0 to 1 ending, 2 ending, 3 ending, 0, 1 ending, 2 ending, 3 ending. So I'm born on the 277th day in the 40th week, okay, of the ending year of 1963. That's the base creation. October 4th, 1 and 4 is king. 1 and 4 brings together the 2 systems, ABC with BCD, after the death, before the Christ, communication of the 10 code, the trucker's code, where they run channel 19, where they run the truck, okay, where it's an 18-wheeler, where it's 10 and 8, that October is the 10th month, but the name of October is 18. When you go plus and minus, it becomes 18R or 02B. The B and R, or the bear, the E world, and the R house. It's R and it's B. You bring A and E together with B and R coming together. Do you follow what I'm saying? I like to just say, call it the bear, on and off. October, the 277th day of 280 days of the 10 months of the beginning of the end. When they connect, you know what they connect, right? Has to do with the male. They connect more of the, they connect when the menopause comes, is because now there's a disconnect within the energy of the male, whatever. I don't know it completely what it is, but it does say it, like I said, in the cube here. Did I write this down? Give me 30 seconds to breathe. I just went to boil up some water. Okay, so I'm going to show you the A, B, C. We're two people here. Hello, Stiller. How you doing? Yeah, we're not very many. We were 6 before. Nobody stays long enough. I don't know if it's I don't put out exactly what I do. I do numerology. I do a different scale of numerology. You've seen the house before, right? Although they're not mathematical equations, they're visions. My mathematical equations, right, are on the floor and on the wall, right? So just 1 second, I dropped my other camera down here. How's everybody doing out on the YT, right? How's everybody doing everywhere? How about Miss Puffy over here, eh? C-A-T, cat. C-A-T, cat. Number 24. 20 and 4. 20 and 4, 420, communication right away. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2, divides the 8 and 6 on the cube. You're at the 7th gate. Cat. Not only that, cat is 312. 312, well, when you divide it by 3, first of all, 31 is the cube. Okay? 1 and 2 is 3, creates 33. Another thing about the cat is that, give me a second, yes, 104, 10-4 communication, 104 times 3, okay, equals to a total of 312. To note that the star base of your communication, which comes through the moon and the male, is going to show you, look at that, 2 suns. The other sun is going to be located over here. This is your 3rd sun into the E world. Here's yours. Well, here's what this. Why? Yeah. Here's there. The reverse of this is 246. This 8, right, is going to give me 2 and 4. Wait a second. Yeah. 4 and 2 equals to 6 when you have this combination. This says ace. This divides the sun. This center goes along with everything on the outside. It swings its way around, right? But does it swing its way around outside the house or inside the house? Because when you bring an area space together, see this, right? There's no lock, there's no key. Look, now I got a swimming pool. Oh, no swimming pool, right? Now I close it in, got a swimming pool. Everything is encompassed inside here. So when 2 C's come together, they do that, right? What you create, what you can basically create with this, 5 and 5, 38. What does this have to do? We must relate this, okay? Relate this to the monkey. This is Rubik's Cube. This is 11, 22, 33. Would you like to see? One and 6. 1 and 6. 1 and 8 is 9. 6 and 3 is 9. One area center, 8 going around. 3 areas here, 3 in between. Every single side of this cube, if you're in the workshop, don't look at it. You just know I'm going to give you something. There's 9 area space. Okay? I want you to use your head I want you to put on one side 1, one side 2, one side 3, one side 4, one side 5, one side 6. The thing is, right, it has to be done on the side of the cube. So you're going to do it this way, on the side here, because it's on the side that it is being read. Here, we didn't cover the area here and the area here, 2 and 8, the common denominator. When you turn it this way, you're going to leave 4 and 6 open. 4, 5, and 6 are open. You become I, living in between the divided sun is what it seems like. How you doing, in-law? How you doing, Cynthia? How you doing, Sunny Slayer? Everybody just joined. Come and join me live. If you have any questions, do not hesitate. I think I'm pump, you know. I have to use my brains. I never wanted to sell myself, but now I just want to share with you the harmony that come in here. Don't be nervous. I'm nervous too, all the time. 10, 12, 13, 14,000 videos, maybe 100 or 200 live videos, you know, writing and writing and writing, right? Some would say, look, 1% would say, look, it's a cuckoo head. But I know the truth, and I believe listening to those who talk about the zodiac, how real is the zodiac? Is the zodiac real or not? I want to know how many people in the world right now believe somehow in the zodiac. Did you know the voided area space of luck is 666? And it's also a division between what is the 2 parts of the day split up into 3, 8, 8, and 8. It's 16 day, okay, and it's 8 to the night. Although it's 12 hours for AM, 12 hours for PM, okay? It's cut out. It's just cut out. I'd have to show you one of the designs. I don't have one in my head right now, but I can work one out. Something to do with the rulers that overlap, right? You overlap a ruler. You have 12 inches on a ruler, you overlap it to tie it together. You double up area space. Now, I'm not sure if we're doubling up 6 inches or 3 inches, because if we doubled up 6 inches, I can take one ruler in the center, put 2 rulers on top, and then a ruler on the bottom here and a ruler on the bottom there. I would end up with 3 rulers and 24 inches. The 4th ruler will give me 30 inches. The 5th ruler will give me my 36 inches, and it'll be 60 inches, but I'll only have 36, in which 24 might be for the hours of the day, and 120 will be for the base creation for all the instruments that have to be implicated into the machine. You need a little bit of area space, just like talking about how many gigs or terabytes you have left, and you have to make sure you don't use up all your terabytes for some reason for processing power. I don't know, but the complete system has to be understood the same way these computers are built, okay? The quantum way, and everything seems to connect with 3 and 1 to a base. 3 and 1 to a base. When you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4 goes back to 1, 5, 6, 7 back to 1. There's only 3 corners, but there's 4 floors. But there's different ways to do it. You can work the bottom 3 and then go to the top 1, and then go to these 3, and then go to the bottom 1, and then do these 3. 3, 6, what is it? 3, 6, 9. I think 12 is the rotation. 4 times 3 equal to that 12 rotation in your triangle. What's it called with 4 corners, right? 1 pull. Imagine you put your 3 part here, your 3 part here, you put them together. You have 3 in 1 floor and 3 in 1 floor. When you put them together, I'm just trying to see, when you put them together, you end up with 6 sides. But if you don't put them together and you leave a space and you just put a wall in the center, okay, you end up with an area space separation. So you end up with 4 around, you end up with 3, 4, 3. You end up with a 10 area space. Are you following me with this? You have this here. You have 3 areas. Okay, you have 3 areas. I split this, I cut this in half and have a bottom area. Now I take the 2 areas and I hold them at this distance. And then I put a wall up all the way around. I can put a 3 wall, right? I think I would just put a 3 wall. Let me see, a 1 wall. That, yeah, I can put a 3 wall, making it 3, 3, 3, right? But I don't think I wanted to. Why did I not want to do a 3 wall? It starts with a 3. It has to finish with a 3. So yes, so it finishes with the 3 wall. Okay, instead of that, it'll be 3, 3, 3. But the 2 base floors that were in there also have to count, but they're not walls, they're floors. It's almost like a wall, but the floor connects wall to wall. So we have to understand that for the equation itself. I don't know. What happened to my just 1 second. I'm looking for my cup. I had a cup. Just give me a second. That's pretty weird. I had a cup. I spill my cup all the time, and now I had a cup and I don't know where it is. Hey, how's everybody doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You sent me a night. Thank you very much. Okay, kitty cat, move to the side so we can see what's going on here. Much appreciated, Stellar, much appreciated. I'm trying to figure out how to get this away from, I like the comments, but they're now taking up my whole screen. So swipe left to close. Okay, okay, thank you, much appreciated. So where are we going with this? Yes, we were talking about number 11. Okay, we already noted, okay, what happens here with number 11. 7 and 2, 1 and 8, 4 and 5 is 9. The belt happens right over here. 3 and 6, 9 is not encompassed within this area over here. Now, when you're going to count 11, you're only going to count, okay, watch when you count 11, okay? You're going to go 3 and 8, 11, 2 and 9, 11, 6 and 5, 11. The belt is 6 and 5, 11, 4 and 5, 9. Your 9, 4, and 5 goes inside your creation, right over here. At the same time, there's a 4.5 that happens between here and here. Okay, those are passages. 9 times 6, 54, 9 by 5, 45. The area of this are all 5s. Passing of this is 5s. If you count everything in here, they're all 5s. This will be 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, 6, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 9 5s. The reason for that is when you add all of this up, it equals to 45. So now what I do, I put it in a new dimension, and I just give 5 to the value of the number that's in the area space, and then it's going to be reevaluated when you use different square systems like Saturn square. So in this side, you have 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 5 and 6. But look at that. 4 and 7 is over here in control of 1. 3 and 6 in control by 9. 1 and 9, the letter S. Okay, controlling of the 2 houses between the birth, okay, and the dividing sun, or the singular moon, Luna, whichever way we want to look at it. Should I look at this as the 1 Luna and this for Mars? Should I look at this as Mercury? Should I look at this as the sun? I know it's the ace, and I know the ace splits. It's the heart of all 8, but it seems like it takes up this position over here. There's a 1 dot inside this area, and it plays from the E world over here. So my understanding also is that what you see like this, I should be making more of these. I should be putting next to here 147, 258, 369. I should put another calculator here, one here, one here, one here. Okay, but this might stop me and it might just tell me only put 4, right? And if I only put 4, right, if I use this as just an area space, right, and continued on as 10, 11, 12, right, and I put 12, 12, 12, and 12, I'd have 4 number one. Would I have 4 zeros if I started here? Would I have, what number would go here? Anyways, I'd have to design that out to show you. But anyways, to the fact I just showed you 911, right? You know that 9 is on every face of this, and 11 is on the opposite. Sorry, you know the 9 is on every face of this, and you know the 11 is an association of all the empty space. So give me a second. I'm going to get my water. Oh, it's right here. How are you, Gigi Jeanette? There are a lot that are passing through. What is this supposed to mean? Let me see this. $100 needed to stage 19, go live on 2 separate days. Tips, good connection. Well, you know what? I have to plug this thing in. Oh my God. I didn't think of it. Let me just plug this in here. I'm like a little goofy there and awkward at the same time, you know? Sometimes I look at myself as that goofball. Oh, you know, where's my keys? Where's my telephone? Oh, I'm holding it in my hand, you know? Imagine we take our communication centers with us for a walk. Why are we holding on to our phones? What is so important to attract, okay, other people? Why do we need to do this? Why do we need, do we not need? We need the good vibration. What is an addiction? An addiction is chasing the good vibration, what satisfies you inside, where you think you'll be devastated if you didn't have it. No. Learn to be happy just yourself. Know that once you learn something, you should have the pride and joy within it. But we all share that light. Like I said earlier on, is I believe that the moon lights up because there's tons and tons of information being stored on it, right? And at the end of every single month, right, it's sent out, and the wolves, they howl. So if the wolves are howling, they're talking about the moons of Mars, right? Does it mean that they can't attack the sheep at that time of the year? When the moon is bright and high in the sky, is that talking about the cycle of the lamb? The menstrual cycle on the high moon, right? It doesn't have to be that it's the full moon in that time, but if it's your time and you're noted to be running on moon time and you have your own calendar for each person, it doesn't mean the moon has to be out there every single night. We all have a different kind of connection. And this is why they say in the zodiac that they need, if you're going to find your partner, make sure your partner, if you're this sign and born at this time of the day, one of the things is their connection with what you need for your moon in order for you to procreate with life. You have to find this person where their vibration is flowing with yours, right? And you can have others that are not exactly in your sign, not exactly born on the right time or right year. When I say for the right time and the right year, for all you people who follow Chinese zodiac signs, you have to watch out for one of the false impressions. That the sign you are this year, okay, in this year of 2024 equaling to 8, will not be the sign you run into the next time you come to your sign. And every 3 years, you run out of the cycle of your sign into an elevated cycle of your sign. It is 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th, you start over again. right? Now, when you start over again in the fourth, do you go another 1, 2, 3 and start over again in the fourth? Or is the fourth one the start over? The triangular, right, shows you 3, but when you run the 4 corners of the triangle, just want to see this for a second. So I went from here to here to here to here. I did this 3, I did this 3, and this 3. So I did, I think, 9, and then I think 9 and 3. I think it's 9 and 3, 12 when you run this cycle over here. Right? That's what the base site. That's what it is. That's your 1 and your 2 coming together. So, where was I with this? I didn't want to lose anybody. I'm going to get back to what I was saying. So we're going to get back to 11, then we're going to get back to ABC. Right? 6 and 1, 8 and 3, 9, 9. 4 and 5, 9. 6 and 3, 9. 1 and 6, 7, 8 and 3, 11. 3 and 4, 7, 5 and 6, 11. So when you want to find out 2 and 5, 7, 7 and 4, 11. So each side of each opposite side of the cube is 7 and 11. It's 3.5 and 5.5. So we have Electric Company and Sky Pass. We know it's in the E world, okay? We know it has to do with 11 and 12, number 23. The reason for that is if you want to find a prime number, right, and what we can do with these prime numbers, we have to build them up or tear them apart and create the prime number from within to see the major source of A, B, C, right? We have the first period, we have the drop of the puck. We have the second period, we have the drop of the puck. We have the third period, we have the drop of the puck. And the minute you drop the puck, T minus counting, 20 minutes in the period, you fall into the 19th minute. Your 19th minute is going to connect to system, 19, and then you go to 59. So your clock in hockey goes to 19:59 after the 20 minute. It connects the letters S and T together just like in first. So the gold that is first is going to be what is in between, what is on one side, okay, the C world, between the silver, okay, and the bronze. S and bronze, right? Bronze is 80, right? And silver is 85. Gold is 38. They all have something to do with 8. They're absolutely all going to continue into the money world. When you come into fourth, it's time, heaven, free willy. I was born a hooligan. Okay, that's okay. We're born something. We're born human. After that, it doesn't matter. You're born human to start with, and then you can add on, just like on the computer here. You can add it on, add it on. Oh, I wish I had my singing bowl. So for those looking for the master numbers, 11, 11, 11 is 33. The thing is, there's a difference between the 22, the 11, and the 33. The 33 is this cube completely. The 22 is on the pole in the mirror world going around this way. The 11 is going to be the running of the pole. So the 11 running of the pole, it is also 711. It is also 7 times 11, 77 power, matter, Father, Christ. 77 and 18 equals to 95. 95 is Neptune. 9 and 5 is the birth in the E world. Creates 45 to the Fox Pass and 14 on the ring, the Fox Pass through Mars, the moons of Mars. ABCD 10, Windows 10, EF, Windows 11. Now they're going to get GH, right? They had 4, now 5, 6, now 6, 7, right? Is that what it would be? 5, 6, now it's going to be 7, 8, Windows 15. Are they coming out with a Windows 15 next? Check it out, right? So when we go back to speaking about the year 2015, that we were also talking about the dartboard at the same time. I was also talking about ABC. I wanted to finish the ABC, right? Here's where we have ABC from ABCD. Here we end up with the birth of BCD. The 9 and 6 runs in rotation, okay? Remember I told you about the 7 and the 8, right? 7 and the 8. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, 7 and 8. This is what it does. It will create 71. 71 will create 1, 1, and 1. It will be the heart. Okay, 111 is the heart of the cube. 1, 1, 1. Why did I mark the 71? Hold on a second. Yes, because 71 minutes in time, it's not 71 out of 100, right? But it's 71 and 39 equals to the 11. We don't have 100. We're born with life. We're born with the moon of Saturn, with the moon of, with the moons of Mars and the moon of Earth in the house between Mercury and Venus. We are the only ones that, if there is a creator at all, and the creator had to make sure that life never ended, of course everything would have to be left in the game. It's left in the game. It is transparent. From ABC 1, 2, 3 to knowing how to juggle with the numbers, to knowing where they are in every single game. And the greatest thing of all is we work together. You know, the house always has a markup. You know, the dividing gate of 8 and 6. When you go to the roulette table, to the crap table, and you bet on 8 and 6, you place down 6, your life, and they give you 7. Your life 6, your life Jack, your life Mars, right? Your ABC life, your 6 for Mars. And the Mars moon gives you 8. And the king and the earth moon gives you only to the 7th gate. 8 is the queen's heaven, where all the money is. It's the queen's haven. Black, 29, and yellow, 92. It's the IT system, 18 and 11, which is going to be I9 and P16. Oh, it's absolutely perfect. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So let me just bring you back to this. So then what the residual of ABCD, after you have ABC6 and BCD9, what you have is you have ACD, where A connects to CD, equaling to 8. Now with this 8 is going to go the queen. The sun is going to be included inside of this one over here. The H letter, the R letter, okay, is going to be a crossing because H and I look the same. The 8th and the 9th letter. The 8th and the 9th letter is also a split between the 180 degrees and 190 degrees, your first split. That's where the division comes in at 180. We have to understand all our angles and how they're implemented, and I implement them towards the alphabet. The 18th letter. Also in the 19th letter, you also reduce twice. The reason for that is 1 plus 8 equals to 9. But 1 plus 9 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So we've reduced 18 from 19. So I've reduced the sun from the S letter. I've reduced the sun from that letter. Is that your sine wave? So what we have is we have the 8 over here, and then we have the ABD, right? Which equals to the 7. This one is the house of bait. ABD at the 7th gate in the house of bait. Here you have ACD 8, you have the queen. Okay? You have the queen, you have the king inside a difference. The difference is the BC. the creation in Venus. This one is going to be your 5, right? Is that what the connection here is, 5? And the connection over here is 235 and 235 connecting these two. And then separation over here between the heavens and the ET, bringing the and sign, your 5G TV. Yeah, your 5G connecting to your moon right over here. Let me explain to you. I just remembered. Okay, just give me a second. Your moon comes in when you connect C and D on the next level. It's connecting two area spaces. That when B and D, there's only one door. Okay, just give me a second. I'm just trying to see. The Queen has 8 eyes, and it runs with Venus, 2 and 8. It's a rotation. 4 times 2 equals to that 8. It's a split quarter house. Quarter is 25 for Earth and a connection, and it's also to be noted 15 because 4 times 15 equals to 60. But note that basketball is 48 minutes, and it's 48 times 1.25, or what is 5 times 5 times 5 for the 3 dice, because we're in the E world, equals to 1.25 times 28 equals to 3.5, which is the heart of the cube. Multiplying things and y 555, right, come together. There's 1.25 days at the end of the year, right? But in reality, if we work on 360, right? If we work on 360, we're gonna take every single year of 5 days and multiply it by 3, and the last one we're gonna have a 6. We're gonna have 5 for 15 and a 6 for 21, and that's gonna represent the cube. It's gonna represent your blackjack. Your blackjack, your payout is 3 to 2, which is gonna represent the pig, the 12th zodiac sign, and Aries, the first astrological, Western astrological sign, also known as Beleive. Aries is number 52. It cuts everything in half and it builds it back up. So we can see that with the ACD, this is going to be 1 and 8. This is the split sun over here. Okay, split sun, split moon, whichever way you want to look at where the ace value is going to go. And then this same thing is going to go over here. You see here we did it with A, but there's an A inside of this one also. See, the difference between these two is I have the same here, so the only 2 is this difference here, right? This is going to be inside of Venus. Earth, Venus, Mars, Mars. We have the 7th gate. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8, dividing of the 7th gate. This one is going to go right over here, and it's going to reflect the E world. This one, okay, over here is going to reflect this over here, and that becomes what? Your birth, right? Your creation of 11, 5 and 6 creation on the belt, maybe on Santa's belt. Santa had a reindeer, and all the reindeers are on quarters, and all the quarters have a value of Earth. So we know that where does 1111 come from? At the same time, when we play the game with either 3 or 4 cubes, 33, 33, 33. After 33, 33, 33, and 3 cubes, remember how the cycle works, right? When we add on the next cube, okay, it changes everything. The 4th of anything changes everything. Everything goes by 3, and it's like the chain link, right? The last one, these 3 are together, and this will link the next 3. And then we'll take another one, it'll link the next 3. And then we'll take another one, it'll link the next 3. Unless it's connected like this. And we haven't gone up anywhere. We put one on the left, right over here, and then one on the right, and then we put 2 more cubes over here. Somehow zigzag way of connecting these cubes together. I don't know the formula yet. I have to buy more cubes. I keep finding them everywhere. I think I got one in every single pocket. Right? So we saw what number 11 does, right? We saw what number 9 does. We saw what number 11 does. We now understand what the wing is, right? We understand what the wing is. Let me show this again. I'm going to show you this also. The 2 wings, the upper wing and the lower wing. A singular wing with L, another wing with L. The 12th letter and the 12th letter. Why not just use an S as the 19th letter? Maybe you're telling a different story, but you're still including the two wings. No, excuse me. When you use the S, you include the E world. You use the E world to bring everything together. Otherwise, you might be talking about the left and right wing. Left, 12, right, 18, unless you're looking at it the opposite way, right? Where's the calculator? See that? Oh, yeah, here it is, right? 9, 6, 3, 18, 7, 4, 1, 12. 12th letter L, 18th letter R. The reverse is I, the reverse is O. So when you see I, O together, it might just mean L and R. I, O. So two vowels pop out of these two over here. At the same time, 1 and 2 is 3, and this becomes 9 to a single digit. Remember, number 39 is angels, number 39 is 10. Your base creation with your 9 birth is 3 and 9. It cannot be anything else. And then it inverts to 3 and 6, and it becomes the face of your birth. The face of this cube is all 9. Your birth and your day. Your birth and your day. Do they say birthday for something, or do they say it for nothing? Or can we find the reason for why it could be said? I've got tons of stuff and I've got nothing. Here is the 9 months of birth. But only, now listen, they have been disputing for years, 50, 60, 70 years, to understand A and B, okay? When the spaceships abort, what comes about when the spaceships abort? There must be another word for this also. What are the 10 months? How do we get to the 10 months? What does it say? Okay, there is no union. Okay, there's no union. There is no minion unless you have 10. There is no minion unless you have 10. The question is, are the 10 commandments the way we see them, or is it wrong? Because if you're going 10 on the star system, your 10 star system only uses 9 numbers. It doesn't use 5 and 5. We, the light. You see, you have 4 and 4 when you go to the characters, the cartoons on TV. The cartoon is 4 and 4 fingers, right? And the human is 5 and 5 fingers. But also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 18. 18, 5, 10, 15, 20. Is it 18 days, 20 months? Is it 18 months and 20 days that the Mayan do, the dot and the dash, and how it all connects together? The union, and also to note the 29th day of the year, the difference between 29, 92, 19, and 91. To understand what that is, what's going on in those numbers, what is associated Okay, what is Valentine's? What's happening on Valentine's? Valentine's is an association of two jacks coming together. What is the two jacks? Now, what is a jack? Right? What is a hook? What is a worm? What is an SPERME equaling to 71? Okay, also equaling to Pisces. Okay, also, I think equaling to, hold on a second. Yes, Virgo. It's funny that Virgo sounding like virgin and then Pisces sounding like fish, okay, are going to connect. Okay, just one second. Where did I write this down? Okay, where did I write this down? Just give me a second. Where did I write? Just give me a second. Wow, I keep moving pages, not happy. I got a bunch of pages written down. Just give me a second. The ram, the reindeer, the pig, the orange, what the oranges are, it's so emotion is 91. Think about that. EM, energy and matter, 5 and 18, R and H, reverse, which is 9 and 19, which is our 9 birth coming into the divided sun systems through the moon. The 9, that's right, the 9 goes along with the moon. I forgot about that. And Union Jack. You need a minion, which is 10. And in the world we live in, is it 5 and 510, right? Or is it 6 and 410? Like two hands of 5 and 5. So we can see the 10 system comes here, which brings your birth with from one side, in which we're still guided by the other side, with the 7 months of 31 days and the 4 months of 30 days and the 1 month of Valentine's Day. That happens on the 14th day. 7 and 7, 14. Power, Christ, create the student. 7 and 7 is the band that holds on to the pole, which is the band, the 4th finger Mars, the money finger that holds on to the birth, the 5-7 birth, the male and the female birth, the inverted birth through the singular moon. We need 2 moons to come here, not 1. We need 2. We need a female and a male birth unless we're inverted within the moon, within the light. Maybe that's why it's somehow inverted. Somehow it seems like through the moon, we picked up the mental strength of the female with the male strength of the body, and we gave the female the weak mind of the man and the more tender body to support the child, right? So the female ends up with the stronger mind at this point, when the male ends up with the stronger body. Because everything has to be balanced, right? Everything is a put together of energies running with frequencies. And you know, if the ocean is rocking really hard, or if the ocean is just going very soft, you know, rocking really hard, the guy really soft and nice, right? Which is the woman. Okay, and remember the plumbing, okay, you have to unionize, okay, the males and the females together. They work together, right? Usually you wrap the stuff around the male and you shove it in the female in order to have the water flow through the pipes. Where was I? Yes, with number 71. I didn't finish with that 71 yet. Very important number. Again, number 71 is going to connect you to 8 and 7, the queen, okay, and the king. And the queen and the king, if you're playing the game at chess, they divide the board, and one is on a different color. They don't sit on the same colors when they first start, right? We have to understand how the game of chess goes. There's 8 pawns. There's 2 of everything, but only 1 of the king and the queen. Therefore, they're possibly talking, okay, with the 8 pieces, the 7th and the 8th piece, the queen and the king. They're talking possibly Okay, either of the moons, because don't forget, there are two queens and two kings because of the opposite sides of the board, where one side of the board is 32 areas, where there's 32 white areas, ram, okay, equals to 32. You know, pig or ham, like I said, is a radio, which is the 12th zodiac sign. The fourth zodiac sign is the rabbit in Chinese astrology. You know, 4 and 12 are the purple ball connecting red and blue, connecting, um, creating the purple. You're going to connect Pegasus. You're going to connect a gateway, 88 purple, 88 for Pegasus. 88 is a window, 4 by 22 to create that 88, and it's a Mars window, 22, 22, 22, 22 for Mars. In fact, it's 8 by 22, 176, perhaps 1776. 76 times 76 equals to 5776, right? And that has to do with the year 2016, which in the year 2015 was the end of the lunar cycles. And like I said, that number connects to the dartboard and the pool table. Not to note that I forgot to mention that with the pool balls, there are 8 solids. The 8 ball will be represented by the queen. And there are 7 stripes. It'll be represented by the king. The queen is going to represent the moons of Mars, and the king is going to represent the lunar moon. Also to note that in pool, if I understand correctly, every ball's number is black in the regular pool game. Show me some pool balls in Iraq. Oh my God. Did you hear that? There's a gateway in Iraq. I said, show me the pool balls in Iraq. So what we're going to do is, let me see. So when you look at the pool balls, right, every single ball is like the cue ball, and every single ball is like the 8 ball. The cue ball and the 8 ball, okay, they're the majors, okay? Now the thing is that the 8 ball and these numbers, if you take a close look, the core of every single ball is owned, okay, is owned by the number 8. So black is on every single ball. The 8 is the black ball. The core passing of every ball through the cue ball. And every ball is white. You see the background to this ball is white. Therefore, the underneath of every single ball is white. And it's just covered up. They didn't put a white spot on every single ball. Right? Would you say they knocked out and put a white spot to say it's represented by this? And you note that on the number 9 and the number 6 are the same ribs. There's a rib under 6, there's a rib under 9. So it seems like if Eve has a rib underneath it that came from Adam, it is because our birth from the female into the male, right? Or the birth from the male into the female. Meaning, okay, that the sperm, which is number 71, that's what I wanted to talk about. 71 is for the sperm, and number 19 is for the egg. I need to keep this in terms of where we're still young. We're 15, 17, 16, and we're just starting to learn. We stay in the body of the soul. We're not going to go into the body of the pro, where when we become a pro, right, we end up with a dollar sign, we end up with Mars. But when we stay in the godly soul, in the male soul, we end up with the AM, or with the female soul, we end up with the AME. So it's either AM or it's AME. And with the AME, you're going to bring in, I'm just trying to see if I bring in, yes, you will bring in the RH, the matter and the energy, bring in that RH genome. Right? The RH genome brings in the 7th gate, okay, within it. Because I already know that 8 must be connected to 7. That's why they use P and H together, the 16th and the 8th letter, to where they use G and H, which is the 7th and the 8th letter, equaling to 15 and 01, and this equals to 24 and 08. They are a reflection of each other. When you take a look, this will create the X, this will create the O. The XO are in the same family. 6 and 1, 7, 8 and 8, 8, 6 and 1, 7. Dividing the date into the heavens, the vibration within the divided sun, even though they're both 7 and 8. Where did I get this? 16 and 8, 24, 7 and 8, 15. They're both in the 6th house. One is a dot, the other becomes the void. This one plays in the void. This one plays at the gate. Now these letters are going to change, right? This will become KS. This will become TS. TS is what joins everything together, your base creation, right over here. This is where 1 and 2 revert to 11. Let me show you this again, and then I'm going to just move on to something else. Where your 6 and 5 comes to 11, you need 1 moon between 2 in order to create base your 3-6 creation. '77 American Bandstand. Orient is like an onion. 34. Okay, everything splits between 3 and 4, and 3 and 4 is cold. 3 and 4 together will create 19. It joins the divided sun, 2 systems of the divided sun, because it brings the 9/11 world together, right? The letter I is actually bringing Earth and Mars together in one letter. It's a dot and a dash. It's exactly what it is. You can say what you want, and with the dot and the dash, if I put the dot here and run the dash equally all the way around, I can create that 360 circumference under the life of I am. You know what's funny? The sun goes up and it goes all the way around. I never see the sun going this way. How come the sun never goes this way? You know, I always see the sun doing that all the time. What if it would go this way? What would happen to the earth if it was going this way? So the other thing about this that I wanted to show you, okay, we have to, okay, yes, we're going to bring Pisces and we're going to bring Virgo. ABC, 3 times 71, ABC. When you bring things into formation, you multiply them by 3, multiply them by 4. You try to get as close as you could, and if you're off, you can add 1, you can add 2, you can add 3, right? But after you add 3, you've added on more than the world. You've added on the other wing of numbers. You see, on the cube, after 3, you end up on the other side. Well, with number 9, right? Once you pass into number 5, you end up on the other side of numbers. It's 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top, 1 in the center. I'm not talking about these 10. Okay, this might be telling me some other situation, right? Or maybe I can't use both thumbs at the same time, right? I can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's it. I have to stop for some reason. Maybe because I have to lock my fingers when I count. I don't know. I don't know what that is right now. And you know, you can sometimes you only can put 1 finger in the lock, and then you only have 1 finger, and you have 9 left. Where was I next? I wanted to talk about 66 just for 1 minute. Then we're going to go back to this. Is with 66, right? What happens is I connect this area here, and this area here. What are those 2 areas, right? And it could be, don't forget, it could be a corridor going straight through into this area, right? But what this is it connects 5 and 7 and 5, because when you're talking with one gematria where they count only to 7, like in the piano, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when you count this way, and I'm getting a little lost here, right? When you count this way, you create a pyramid-like first of all, somebody was asking me about 33. Well, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 creates one lower building. You walk into this over here, into this building. You can go into this building. You can walk into this building and go into this building. Regard this as the moons of Mars. Now everything's being run by the singular moon. We no longer need our primary moons of Mars. Now we just run by the Earth moon. Communication, 9 lives of the cat, right? But remember, this Earth moon is not the Earth moon. That Earth moon belongs to Mars. The Mars moons belong to Earth. They light up when the information doesn't come in. It saves it inside the moon, right? Into the oceans, and all of a sudden we have the hot springs because they save so much information. 71 inches, 6 feet minus 1 inch. The sperm is number 71. It connects to the fish. The fish is known as April 1st as Fish Day. It is Pisces connected to the Virgin. So what happens now is that 13, the 13 cards in the deck, times 7 equals to 91. Add 1 through 13, it equals to 91. 7 times 13 is 91. There are 13 times 28 days in the moon. There are 4 suits in the deck. Every suit is 91. When you multiply by 4 equals to 364, which is 13 moons of 28 days, which is a 616 running cycle. That the 7th moon of the year, okay, should be the moon we talk about. 7 by 28. 196. It's between the 7, 6 by 28 equals, it's between the 168th day and the 196th day is what we should be looking at. There's 168 hours in a week. And that would be the time that the 7th moon passes, connecting the first part of the year with the second part of the year. Okay, if we want to start from that area of space, we can start from any month. Okay, it doesn't matter. 28 days is 28 days, right? Also, what I wanted to talk about, where was I with this? Wow. I'm putting myself to sleep by thinking of too many things. Has anybody ever heard in a game of craps, yo, 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 bro? Right? They're actually calling for Earth, Mars, and memory. Let me, oh yes, I remember what I was looking for. Okay, oh, I have one of them. Okay, I'll show you this one. I didn't want to show you this one. I got so many things in this book that's open. Okay, I'm going to show you this one here. Here we go for the 15 balls in pool in a straight line. When I come to the top here, I cross over to this side. This ball here crosses here. Why? There are 15 balls in pool. So I'm just using that number because of pool. It also fits in the Saturn square. It also fits in at the star system base, okay, of 159, 357, 258, 456 are all 15s, okay? It's the star base 60. The rest is 12 and crisscrossing, right? Sorry, not crisscrossing, but the bottom row is 24 and the top row is 6. This row is 12 and this row is 18, meaning 147, 12, 963, 18. The 18th letter R, right. The 12th letter L, left. It's a dog leg. The 7 months of 31 days. The 45th day, right, which is the band of the cube, or the fox 666, is Valentine's Day. 214. Valentine's Day, the 45th day, there's 321 days remaining. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The bottom part of the dice adds 1 to 5 equals to 15, goes to the game of pool. The flip side of the dice is 3 and 6. Can you see the zigzag, right? The zigzag that happens here. The 6 and 1 becomes 7. The 5 and 2 becomes 7. They become 77. They cross over with the 3 and 4, 7. So we have to understand how we cross over. That's the lower part. The upper part is 7 and 6, 13, 4 and 9, 13, 8 and 5, 13. So we have 39 at the top, 29 at the bottom. We have angels at the top to the 7th gate, dividing of 6 and 8. Number 7 also goes over here. 5, 7, 9, 6, 7, 8. In between 4 and 8 is 6. We have 6 and 7 over here. So anytime you see a number, there's not only a number in a singular space, there's numbers in other spaces also. So we saw how 13 and 15, which is the letter O and M, right? They cross over and they lock over here at 28, 28. Over here, I don't have anything going down here. I have to run another lock upside down from here and see what goes on. I didn't do this. We saw the mother, the father, the brother. Bro equals to 35. We have 5 fathers inside of bro. We have 1.25 mothers. We end up our cycle from the moon. We need to multiply 1.25. What's going on? If the mother was basketball, right, there's 48 minutes times 1.25 will give me the 60. If mother is 28 by 1.25, it'll give me 35. If I go 0.25 over here with 7 times 4, I can't do it. 7 times 0.25 will be 1.75 times 4 will overlap me by here, and I'll have 3, I think 3 left over. That's my base creation. But the father goes into the mother. And then we get that memory that connects us to the heart of the cube, 3.5. The 2012 that I spoke, sorry, the 2015 that I spoke before, the 15 and the 20, the 1, 5, reverse 2, 6 on a cube. Because you can't see all 6 sides in hockey, there's 5 forwards and 1 back. When you look at that, when you add it up, it becomes 5775. Because the year 2015, 2015, is 5775. In that year, in that period of time, there was 75,075, where the male and the connection of 19, the AI, is through the 7. The 3-2 communication system is through the 5. So we run the male and the female together. Instead of the 90 seconds on the clock, 4 by 9 equals to 360. We have 6 by 60 equaling to 360, other than our base creation, triangular, which will be 3 by 120. And there are 4 sides equaling to what is 12. There are 4 sides on a 3-sided triangle because we need to count the base. 3 and 6, 360. But inside of this, you notice it's 1 and 2, 3. We have 3 and 3. Your 3 creates what is your base creation. Your 3, 3, 3 is what is your base creation. Okay, we did it before where the C, the L, and the U are all 3, 3, 3. The north-south of this calculator all runs by 3. Everything, the system 10 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it took 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, took 10. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, it took 10. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, it took 10. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, it took 10. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, it took 10. 3, 6, 9, 12, it took 4. 6, 12, 18, 24, it took 4. 9 equals 9, it takes 2. Your 2, 4, 4, your 4, 2, 4 separation communication, okay, is where 9 comes in. When you have your 4 and your 10s coming in, you know that your 3 and 6, your base creation is a 4, okay, and then the rest of your creation is all of tens. That's communication, the CB code. 4 and 1, 10-4, October 4th, April 10th. We look at April 10th, if I think correctly, it's the 100th and 101st day of the year. They call April 1st Fool's Day, okay? It's the 91st day, they call it the Day of the Fish. It is the 91st day of the year, right? This is the 91st day of the year, represents spirit, okay? The fish, okay, if I remember correctly, the bird and the fish, the bird, okay, is number 33, right? The fish is number 42. So the fish is going to divide the night and the day, right? 2 times 4. It's going to have the 7th gate within it. The birth is going to come from the bird, like the stork made a delivery, STORK, right? Your OR is 33. Your K is 11. Your S brings 2 systems together. The Mars system, S and O, bring that system together. 15 and 19, 34. It's absolutely perfect. OR is 33 and RK is 39. So our end cycle in base creation into the doghouse is on 2026 to 2029. 6 and 9 in rotation. Number 26, okay, is your, let me show you, I'm going to show you on the floor. If I can't get it here, okay, let me show you on the floor. Let me show you this on the floor. Let me just reverse this. Okay, you notice that only when I get the 36 does it start to reflect itself, right? I don't know what's happening until I get here. I see I came back here. I know it's perfect, right? I forget what I was talking about over there. Just give me a minute to think. People keep jumping up here. They want me to host, but they don't even know who I am. So I forget why I came up on the floor, okay? See the cube that fits into the center? The numbers are higher here than they're here, but it's the same design. Same design, right? But the value numbers are not the same. Over here is 111, number 14, and number 23. 14 and 23 connect here, right? Let me do this again. 14 and 23. And then over here is 32. 32 is here. 23 is here. You see that? 55, there's a space here. It's not like the lower part. You see the lower part over here? This part over here is, just give me a second. That's the 5. And that's the 14. So we have 514 here. And here we have 2332. We have the pig. We have the ram. Over here we have 51. We have Mars up over here in this area. But over here it starts telling me about the zodiac sign, right? See the way the octagon connects both worlds together? Like the aliens taking the child in between. Well, I don't know why anything. I'd like to see all my comments. Okay? I like to see all my comments. Let's see if I can see them. You know what? Everybody that wants me to co-host with them, nobody's English. You know what I'm saying? How is everybody out there? The Golden Frags, Base Mint, how you doing? Okay. I'm going to post this here. I just saw it. I don't know how long ago it is. You said indeed to something. So I'm going to the kitchen to heat up some water. We're going to get back to, I don't even know where this is, right? I need to figure out where right? And don't forget, even when we have the 11 master numbers, right? We have the master numbers as 8 and 3, 11, showing up with 1 and 6. Did you know that 1 and 6, okay? 1 and 6 are it's just crazy, is that 1 equals to 3 and 4, 7. And 6 equals to 5 and 2, 7. And 1 and 6 equals to 7. Where 3 and 4, 7 is going to connect what is the 7th gate to the moon, connecting AI together. Where 5 and, or also 3 and 4 is where the Wednesday comes in, to where we have 3 days, 1 day, and 3 days, unlike using the other dice the other way, going to 5 days of the week, to where the 2 days connect to both days, Saturday and Sunday, to where the 6 and 1 half-life explains to you the Sabbath, where the spirit brings you to Abba in time heaven, Sabbth, right? And minimum, maximum, the difference is AI. Minor, major, something a little bit different. When you bring together 3 circles, you create the bull. When you create the 4 circles of Mars, you create the star. Did you know that the reverse of ET is VG, which is life at the gateway 7 and 4, which is inverted to 5G TV, dividing the gate between 8 and 6, the heavens of your birth, bringing the 9 at the 7th gate, the singular moon that we live, right? The singular moon that we live. Here we have the star, right? This star will connect to these 4 areas. This bull will connect to these areas. This is where we're going to get the Star of Bethlehem inside of here. So we had another thing, right, what I wanted to mention, and I spoke about this before, is again, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are unlike the other numbers. 1 and 2 is what creates, does not repeat. 1 and 2 and 7 and 8 go together. That 3, 4, 5, and 6 go within each other. There's 2 of each number. 6 by 5 is 30. Sorry, and never mind that. Also, is that within your creation, over here, the 3, everything splits after this one. This is on the opposite side. So either I cannot use any opposites. None of these are opposites. 6, yes, only these will create a 7. 7, 11, 34, and 56. But inside of here is 65, and inside of here is 34. Because everything is 9, 5 and 4, 9, 6 and 3, 9, 6 and 3, 9, 5 and 4. This is Noah coming down, 7, 11. It just so happens that the male sex organ it just so happens that 9 times 4 is 36, that 9 times 7 is 63. It just so happens it's 7, 4, 11. 9 times 6 is 54, and 9 times 5 is 45. It just so happens 6 and 5, 11. Now, if we want to find this somewhere, this is going to be 2, and this is going to be 5. This will be 2, 5. I'm going to write that down and show you why. Just give me a second here. 6 and 5. So what happens, okay, what happens on this is when you have, let me see which one I'm going to come up with. When you have 6 and 5, right, you're going to automatically, when you have 6 and 5, you're going to automatically, right, have 3 and 4, 7 void, right, 3 and 4, 7 void. When you have 4 and 7, okay, you're going to have 2 dot and 5 dot. Here I'm going to work with the void. Here I'll work with the dot. Okay, I can work it both ways. Sorry, I can work it both ways over here. Now 7 and 4, right? 7 and 4. Where it's located is it's located right over here. Here is your 2 and 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 and I'm going to show you, whoop. Here, whoop, that, no, hold on. 7 and 5. Here is 7 and 4. 7 and 4 comes when 7 is in the dot. You see the 5 and 2, 7? Well, it also creates inside the 2 is a 7 and inside the 5 is a 4. So 7 and 4 will show up. Another place that it's going to show up, okay, with this over here, is when I do this. Here, I'm going to have the 4 areas. Here, I'm going to have the 7th void. I'm not sure what story, but they don't tell the same story, but it happens again. But here, I'm going to use 7 void, and here, I'm going to use the 4 dot. And the other one, I did it the opposite way, right? This is the female and the male sex organ. When you add them together, it equals 117, or 7 come 11, which is the exact opposite of the dot and the void on the cube. When you put this in, right, this is connecting 2 systems. This is going to connect the moon. This is going to connect 111. We're now connecting the fish on April 1st, or the first 13 cards in the deck, 1 through 13 equals to 91. The 91 letter is spirit. Only on the 92nd day do we connect the 2 systems together through the moon. I don't want to say if we're connecting the moon system, and we revert back to this number over here, or 284. It's 213. 33, your creation. Your 71 brings you to 213, which is 33. What happens is it becomes 71, and 71 becomes 52, and 71 become 33. 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. 1 and 1 is 2. 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 2 and 1 is 3. The male and the female come together to create the 5 and the 7, the electric moon. So you need this to connect to the moon, because the birth does not complete without this connecting to the moon. This is going to connect to the split sun, right? Or it's vice versa, one of the two. I know the 7 connects into Mars. I know the 9 connects into our birth and our moon and the singular moon of us, because we end up living at the 7th gate is the 9th birth inside the E world. Number 5. Now, I don't remember. Oh, yes, my RH negative blood, right? NEG. NEG for O negative, right? But somehow this letter came in. I don't remember why. This connects 3 worlds, 13, right? 1 and 3. Your altered current, I don't remember what it was. Professional, you get dollars, you get Mars. Amateur, you get the 9 lives of the cat. This will create the house of bait. This will create the IT system in the sun or the web. This goes to the female. This one goes to the male. 18 and 9 creates 99. We now somehow created the numbers to the sun inside of this. Okay. What it is, sorry, let me explain it. Sorry, it's Jupiter. 18 and 9 equals to 27, equals to 14, and 9 equals to 23, equals to 6 and 5, equals to 11. Okay, and 30 equals to 41, equals to 5 and 4, equals to 20, and 9 equals to 29. Most of the numbers, or less, once you run the circuit with them, okay, they will end up to be number 29. Not all of them. This one does not. This one will keep rotating within inside itself. Number 1 and 3, right? Number 1 and 7, number 1 and 3 is going to turn into 19, and then it'll rotate inside of itself. Number, I think 18, let me see, 18 becomes 9 and 7, okay, equals to 60, right, right. Number, just 1 second, number, I think it's 18, right? It becomes 1 plus 8, 1 times 8, 9 and 8 equals to 17. So the 18 is going to invert into 17, right? 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 will give me 9 and 8 equal to 17. So the sun will move backwards into Mars, where the moon number, okay, will remain within its own, right? And the moon number is going to work, it's going to be divided. It's going to be into multiple systems. So the moon number at the heavens gives you your 180-degree sleep, connect to 2 worlds while you're standing up between 2 worlds. Otherwise, you're putting your head and your feet down between 2 worlds, right? 17, 18, and 19. 17 fits into Mars, okay? 17 also fits into what is 77, which is the power of Christ and matter. Those are the 3 words that connect. When you do, 1 second. When you do 88, just trying to think of the numbers that I'm going to do. Oh, right. When I do 79, and when I do 97 and 99. Okay. When I do this, this brings my birth into the gate. 19. When I do this at 17, it comes into Mars. It's the same thing, but somehow it's on the other side, but it works out to the same thing. This one goes through the moon. This one goes through Mars. This one goes through the moon. Why is that? When you talk in French and you use this number, 3 times this number will equal 57, the electric moon. This one will equal to be 51. This one again will be 57. So these 2 here and these 2 here work together. So let me see what other questions there are, and there are none. How you doing, all the users? Thank you for all the likes and the 1 person that's left here. Some of the comments were filtered. I don't know why, but it's a little embarrassing, don't you think? Right? Let me see if I can see what's here. I'm going to end this. We're only like 1 person here, so I want to see what's happening in TikTok here. I had 8 comments. So the next person who asks me to join their channel, so now they want me to check out TikTok notes, and I don't want to do it. So Cynthia, that you wrote me a note and I wasn't sure what it was. He's an angel running the numbers. It's amazing how the numbers tally up even in the aftermath of the afterlife. Right on. I'm just a little lost right now, but it's just ironic that on the 91st day of the year, which is the month of the fish, in which when we come into the leap year, the 29th day of February, which is the 60th day, right? The 6th day for our creation. What is 6 and 0? Should we count what is 6 and 0? 6 is actually the heart of what is the extension to one way, right? Of what is, I think, should I go 5.8 to 6 point? I'm just trying to figure out, because every number that you go up talks about itself. Like 6 will be with 69. 9 and 6 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. If we want to go with 5, it would be 59. 5 and 9 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. Or if we want to talk about 5, we'll be talking about 5 at 32, 41, at 50, and at 59. Yeah, 50 and 59, we talk about 5. 4, we talk about 4 at 40 and 49. So we talk about the number of the house twice, one when it receives to the 0, the other when it's in the 9, and it just so happens there's 2 brackets at the 9 and 0 on your keyboard, so it always means something. So we can see already, okay, how the crisscrossing of 63 and 54 come together, that you have the female living inside the creation of 4 and 5. The female lives inside of the male number, but it also depends how you're running the number. Let me show you. Just 1 second over here. I'm doing a calculation. 4 and 5, 3 and 6, 2 and 7, 1 and 8. So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing it to the inside and the outside in my first piece. So what it is if we have 3 and 6 and 4 and 5 is in between, well, why don't we do it the opposite way and use 4 and 5 as the bookends? And I go 6, 7, 8, right? 6, 7, 8. I should have put 9 in the center, right? I'm going to do this on another page. Hold on. This is not good. I got to do it exact. Just give me a second. There's a few ways to look at numbers, right? I mean, like I said, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, put 5 in the center, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, or we can set it up this way, right? Understanding how we can connect our numbers. Remember I was speaking about the boot before? 1, 2, 3, 4, the lower L, and 7, 8, 9, 6, the upper L. Well, it's also 1, 4, 7, 8. Okay, it's also 4, 7, 8, 9. It's also 7, 8, 9, 6. It's also 8, 9, 6, 3. Those are all wings. So there's 1 wing, and then there's 2 wings, and then there's 3 wings, then there's 4 wings, and then there's 5 wings, then there's 6 wings, and then there's 7 wings. So I think I got 7 wings to go around this. Was that correct? If I start here, I get to here 1, I get to here 2, I get to here 3, I get to here 4, I get to here 5, I get to here 6, I get to here 7, I get to here 8. So I did 8. So there's 8 wings. So there's 8 different combinations of numbers that are going to happen. So I'm going to get 20, and then I'm going to get 28, and then I'm going to get 11, 19, 28, and then I'm going to get 15, 24, 30, and then I'm going to get 17, 23, 26, and then I'm going to get 15, 18, 20, and then I'm going to get 9, 10, 11, 12, I'm going to get 2, 3, 7, 14, and then I'm going to start over again. Never touching this number over here. Beep, 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 5, 10, 15, 20. This number over here is very funny, because 5, what happens is when 5 climbs up, it goes 5, then it goes 1. Then it goes 5, 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, yeah. So it goes 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 2 and 5 is 7. 2 and 5 is 7. 30, 3 plus 0 is 3. 40, 30, then there's 35, 3 and 5 is 8. Then there's 40, 4 plus 0. Then there's 45 is 9. And then there's 50. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many is it? 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So that's my rotation. So if I had to switch over all my numbers, I'm just going to give you one. I know you're going to pick up on this very easily, right? So now what I do is I go like this, right? 516, 516, 273, 273, 849, 849. Now if I want to look, 5 and 9 crisscross 14, 6 and 8 crisscross 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 2 and 3 is 5, 1 and 4 is 5. The seventh gate is right at the heart. 5 and 3 is 8, 6 and 2 is 8, 1 and 7 is 8. To where 9 and 2 is 11 is 2, where 8 and 3 is 11 is 2, where 7 and 4 is 11 is 2. And that's what would happen to the 5 when I change the 5's number inside the cage, right? But there's also another way to change the 5 where everything becomes a 5 on different levels, right? And also to note, even when I got to 25, this number is going to reduce to 17. When I got to 35, this number is going to reduce to 5. Star math makes me multiply and add, and then add to a single digit. I can also minus it, but then that's up a level, right? Do you notice that 88 is the same as 79, is the same as 79, is the same as 99? In the 8th house, we do not say, as we say in the 7th house and the 9th house. In these houses over here, right, I'm going to go 60 and 10 to get into this house. I'm going to go 4 20s to get into this house. But the minute I get that, right, I'm going to go 4 20s. When I'm counting in the 10s, it'll be 7 and 9, my birth at the gateway. When I'm counting here, I'm going to be counting by 2s or 20s. This is the same thing as 1. 8 is the same thing as 1. 9 is the same thing as 0. 7 is the same thing as 2, meaning that when I move from 7 to 14, 1 and 4 is 5, there's a difference of 2. When I move from 2 to 4, there's a difference of 2. When I move 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, I moved 1. When I go 1 and 1 is 2, I moved 1. The upper and the lower house have the same movement. This is what creates your heaven's gate. Over here, this is what connects the webway of the gate. This is all the webway of the divided gate. This is going to be what is the division between your night and day. And if we had 90 minutes or 90 seconds, we only need 16 hours in a complete day. So I'm not sure who's here. I'm getting a little bit tired. I think we're going to end this. It's got to be like 1024. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 is 1024. A couple of things just to say. I just want to see. I wrote a couple of things down that I started with. I think I'm going to end with it. And there's still stuff I didn't finish from yesterday. If we want to know that we have 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, it equals to 444. Your rotation, area space is 44 and 25. Your 33 rotation within the sun, within the vibration. All Roman numerals, or if you want, I can talk right now, but I'm tired, right? But all Roman numerals, okay, have to be understood. Roman numeral 1, M. I don't want to write it this way. I'm going to see how I can write it. I think I'm going to do this. Just let me show you something.
I'm not happy with what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyways.
Okay, this is what we're going to do.
Only because I'm tired, I think I'm doing this right now.
Here's the Roman numerals. M1000, 1. D500, C100, L50, X10, V5, I1. 151515. Connect the first with the last, 1 and 1. Connect the second with the second to last, 5 and 5. Connect the third with the third to last, and connect the heart. Would you like to see what 1776 looks like? Here's what it looks like. 1776. M first, Y last, 1 and 1. DV, 5 and 5. CX, 1 and 1. XC, 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 1 and 1. 15115. And the elections were on the 11th of the 5th. 1511511151. 1776. The Queen, the L, okay, one of the wings in control of the E world. One divides everything up. It splits up this E world, right? There's your 1776. In between, this is all 2, 3, and 4. On the upper level, it's 9, 8, 7, and 6. And the lower level, it's 2, 3, and 4. It's 4 numbers and it's 3 numbers. It's 30 on the upper level and 9 on the lower level. The 13, 31, 13, 57, 31, 13, 31, 75, Electric Moon, look up Orphan Roulette. You will find it. Everything just fits together like a glove. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you all in one for being here. Peace. Okay. And there should be definitely more people. We have to signal more people to come to this channel because I'm just going to keep learning, keep repeating. There's still a lot of stuff, a few things that I left out. And again, for a union, okay, for a minion at Shul, you need 10. For the birth, you need to connect the star system. To understand the system connecting together, you need to connect to the moons. The moons don't connect, or the child does not connect to the moon until the first suit in cards is ended on the 91st day, which is 84 and 7, which is 3 moons and 1 week passing. And that's when the child's first breath will start to recollect within its whatever you want to call it, right? But it doesn't fully connect. There's an alignment for our coming into this world, and it's connected with both the egg connecting the web and the sperm, the electronics, to continue the building, because only by the breath you take is this child being born in the womb of the woman. So to understand how the numbers work is the transparency of understanding the enlightenment that we get coming into birth, because until the electrical system is built, what has not come to life yet,
has not been born. Understand the word born. In development, the game is in development stages, but it has not been born. So we have to understand how to decorticate our words. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. If you can help out this channel, that would be freaking amazing. That would be insane. I think I wanted to put that up somewhere here between Tammy and Cherry. What was that? Yeah, I wanted to leave that up here. And so we're going to put this camera up here before we go. I'm going to reverse the camera, walk around a little bit. Right? I wanted to put that over here. Right? Just walk you around for 2 seconds. Right? I like this. I always looked at this and I didn't think I did this properly. Where we have that chair, you see that snake on top of that person's head? There's a bull, a bear, and a snake deciding how they're going to make separation. Remember, we're in the house of Mars. It's the money house. It's the house of fate. Peace and love. Thank you for watching this video. If anybody has something to say, I'm right here. How you doing? Good night. Reach out to me.